I always say, like, we can warm up together.
Are we supposed to send you a photo of our sandwich?
No, it's okay. No need to send a photo of the sandwich. You're good there. This is just some of the ones that
Can
I've
we eat
compiled.
the sandwich on stream?
Of course. I mean, not. Well, when it's time. When it's time, we'll bring in the
Yeah.
segment. But
Got it.
oh, I encourage. Some people don't want to eat on stream, and I respect that. I understand the reasons behind that too. But um,
That's fair.
but I've never shied away from it. Like, I might even eat sandwiches on other people's stream sometimes, as long as it's okay, you know. Um,
Those are good looking
Oh,
sandwiches.
that Montreal smoked meat.
yeah, that's on my bucket list. I really want to go ahead and catch that one at Schwartz's. That looks so
Oh,
good.
I've gone.
Mm-hmm.
I've gone with my friends, and it's very good.
Oh, I can't
But
wait.
you gotta line up.
I heard.
I was gonna say, wasn't there a lineup?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's part of the game. I will take
Exactly.
the time. I will commit the time to it though, for that sandwich. It seems worth it.
It is very good. Like,
Yeah.
you could get Montreal smoked meat sandwiches sort of anywhere here.
Montreal style smoked meat.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
Yeah. I do. I mentioned that it's at the top. So this is the cold. We are. So we all know that we all can hear us, and we've just spoken high praises of Schwartz's smoked meat, which does, yeah, sir, for real, it looks really good. How's the bread? Like, is it really?
Oh, it's just rye bread,
Oh, it's rye bread. Okay.
I think. Yeah. Hold on. Let me.
Let's say hello to some people in our chat. We have so many really cool friends of ours already hanging out here. Let's say her first.
Joe.
Sorry.
Say hello to Smarcus77. Good to see you, Hoke. Daddy Flat Guy and Prog Rock Panda Bar, our good friend Kenny, who's currently in Costa Rica, where it is significantly warmer than 11 degrees Celsius over there. I hope you're doing well. Yeah. Is there poutine in YYZ? I would think so, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, like, do you mean at the airport?
Well,
Or do you mean
that's a really good question. I guess we'll take that both ways. Sure, in town and also at the airport. I imagine the answer is yes.
Well, actually, at both, we have a smoked poutineery.
Yeah.
In the airport.
Yeah. I thought so too.
Terminal 1 and
literally everywhere.
Everywhere.
Oh yeah. Oh, Kenny says I was too lazy to type at Toronto. Okay. Yeah. Right on. This is my first attempt to really talk at it. I you know, it's interesting. You were, I did have a little bit of a cold over the weekend, but I've come out of it. I think I'm okay. So we'll monitor my voice, but I won't go too crazy tonight.
I truly don't know what happened. Like, it hit me like a bus. It was so weird.
Yeah.
Okay, it was done for yesterday.
Yeah.
Got you. Mods, can we shout our friend Kenny too as well, the Prog Rock Panda Bar, and Ryan and Smarticus? I mean, we have already so many fun people in our chat. Ferret Fawcett's in the house. What's up, Ferret? Just want to let you know I got my dice set. I won, and I really like it a lot. Ferret, that's fantastic. That's no small thing, because I know there, that is amazing. Now, those dice, by the way, Ferret, I've seen them too. They are fantastic. Enjoy the dice. That's great news. I'll let the carrot know that too. So thank you for the report. I really appreciate that. Hoax says double checks buttons to make Davy go crazy. Decides to choose Santa. Yeah. I'm gonna have to turn off. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to turn off the starting lineup redeem tonight because I'm not gonna have that voice tonight, unfortunately. But I have the voice to do everything else, so we'll have a good time together. Watch your step because we provide. I know it. All right, let's go and start this up, everybody. Come on in. What's up, Buru Can? Someone say Carmoth. Yeah, that's right. Our friend Carrot. Carmoth Dice, the best. Okay, quick announcement at the top, and then we got a big announcement at 11 Eastern. So little announcement, then huge announcement. So here we go. Let's start this off, everybody. What's up, Crickster? I do wonder if this later start time is actually beneficial for some of you in our community. Let us know. I mean, be interesting. Hey, what's up, PJME? Always great to see fellow Toronto hype in the chat. I love it. All right. Yeah. Welcome, friends. It's nice to have you here. My name is Davey. And this is The Sandwich Show. It's great to have you with us. We have two awesome guests joining us tonight. This should be a really fun time. And just saying hello to everybody in the chat. Before we bring in our guests, I do want to make a quick announcement. And it is this. Kelly and I have a mutual friend, Missy Alcazar, who's based out here in LA, and she is the executive director for the Melba Foundation, and the Melba Foundation is organizing a concert tomorrow in Hotel Cafe. That's in Hollywood, right in this area in Southern California, to raise funds for fire relief. It's going to be an awesome concert. Here is the lineup. It's amazing. Like, look at all the people that are going to be part of that. It's just an amazing lineup. Carmela, Office Drummer McDoodle, Heavenly, Helena Meyer, Julie Clark, and Missy will be part of this. Use !concert for more information on that concert if you want to attend that tomorrow night. You can attend virtually with live stream, or if you're in the area, you can attend in person at Hotel Cafe. So that was my announcement. Check it out. Now, without further ado, I would like to bring on our pals, our good guests, amazing musicians, and also just overall really cool people. Let's say hello to Kelly Gates and Joe. Welcome, friends. Nice to have you join us on the Sandwich Show.
Thanks for being here.
Welcome to the living room.
Welcome to the living room.
It's not too shabby, though. Not too shabby. I like your living room. That couch looks really comfy.
It is quite comfortable.
Yeah.
It's huge.
I slept on it for a couple of months after Lizzie was born.
Can I quickly ask about a photo or something hanging behind you? You've got a Simpsons cartoon. Are those the two of you in the Simpsons cartoon?
Yeah. So Joe's sister commissioned Deadeye Dunce, who's the one who did our emotes, to do a Simpsons themed painting of us. And it was supposed to be our wedding gift because we were supposed to get married in 2020, but then COVID happened.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
We rescheduled to 2021, and then COVID continued, and then we're like, whatever.
Whatever.
Oh man! Right. Oh.
I got pregnant, and I was like,
I'll tell you what, it looks great. I mean, in whatever context, like that's pretty cool. So
it's really cute. Yeah,
really definitely. But Armad is in the chat too. Armad has been here for a bit. Like, so Marmot, thank you so much for joining us in the chat. I think Armad might even have been first. So thank you very much. I also want to say thank you to let's see. No, I think that was everybody. So yeah, Deadeye. Look at that. Good stuff. But recently, Kelly, you've come back to streaming after taking some time off to usher in, or is that the word you use? To welcome a new member to your family, and it's lovely. I'm glad things are going well in that regard. I mean, I guess let's start with that. Like, how have things been getting to raise the little one? Joe, I'll ask you the same question. I mean, what's the journey like being new parents?
It's pretty crazy. I still feel like a child. I don't know if every parent goes through that, but I still feel like I'm the most immature person, and it's wild that I'm responsible for a child. But it's been really great. Like, she's gone through so many stages, from being, like a very tiny human to now having thoughts and a personality, and it's wild. Like, she's very defiant, which I actually am thankful for, because hopefully what that means in the future is that if she doesn't want to do something, or if she thinks something is wrong, she'll stand up to that.
Huge.
But right now it's very frustrating, because it's like, wash your hands. No.
No.
Put on your boots. No. Jacket. No jacket. Like, it's just,
oh my goodness, it's funny.
But yeah, exactly, Spartacus. Frustrating now, but
I hear that. But it'll come. Yeah, but yeah, hopefully. That is really, really great to hear, though, that your baby's having a personality. I think that's so cool. Like, and everyone does, right? But it does sound like your daughter is molded very much in the footsteps of yourself, because I mean, someone who can stand up for what they believe in. I think it's great. I mean, as you said, it's going to be tough right now, but over time, maybe that'll be a good personality trait to have.
Yeah, like Kenny's saying, parenting toddlers 0
Would
stars.
not
But
recommend. Right.
yeah, it's hard. It's
Definitely.
hard.
Yeah.
The stage is hard, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's traits that hopefully are positive later on.
Yeah.
Well, even when I found out that Kelly used to be like that as a child, I went to her. I was like, "Go apologize to your parents right now, because we finally feel what they had to
Yeah.
go through."
Yeah, it was a bit of a problem child,
Oh,
that's for sure.
sure. Does it give you a better appreciation for your parents? I guess that's answers the
Oh
question.
yeah.
Yeah. I can imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I always thought they were so mature when I was a kid, but now seeing where we are, I'm like, "Oh man, they were kids too."
But that's what I'm wondering is like, did my parents feel this way, or is this just something from our generation where it's like I am still a child and I'm parenting someone now? Like,
Yeah,
is that everybody, or is it just me?
I feel like I like the skills.
Like, Kenny, did you feel that way when
That's a great
you're
question.
yeah?
And anybody else in the chat
Like
who has with children, did you feel that way too? Like, I'd love to know. This is a great question.
yeah, it's just like, sorry, what was the question? Did you feel like you were still immature and a child when you were raising your son? When he was sort of at the toddler age?
Yeah,
I did not, but
I understand.
interesting, smart
Yeah,
kids.
yeah. Well, I
It's
mean,
just us.
I can.
Yeah, it's just us.
I,
Yeah, we're
without.
pretty immature.
But I get where you're coming from though. Like, because I mean, I don't have children, but I certainly don't feel like an adult right now. Like,
Yeah.
you
Right?
know, yeah, like
Like, we still stay up till 2 in the morning playing video games,
Right.
suffer the
right.
next day, and then like waddle over to work.
For
Thanks, Ryan.
sure, for
Thanks,
sure.
Ryan. Appreciate
Yeah,
that
maybe
very
just
much.
really immature.
I think you hit the nail on the head there,
Also,
Ryan.
Yeah. Now
very possible.
Kenny says it's been so long. I don't think I did, but I don't fully remember. That's wild.
Should
Okay,
ask my parents.
gotcha.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear the response to that too. Yeah. One other thing that you just mentioned, video games. When I was a kid, I did not know that video games would be something you could do as an adult. I always had the idea that when I grew up, when I turned 18, like video games were going to be uncool for adults. I was so wrong about that, and I'm so happy about that
Right.
too. Because like,
Yeah.
I think we all just kept it going. But was there that stigma when you were started with video games? Like, did you feel like that was also kind of a thing where people thought it was just like a toy for kids and wasn't an adult
Yeah,
thing?
I mean, I definitely did, because I think that that's what our parents thought, right? Our
Sure.
parents thought that because they
Yeah.
didn't grow up with video games. So, okay, my
Yeah.
parents, sure. Although my dad did play Mario with us when we couldn't get past the level with the big fish and then the level with the sun that would come down in
The
Mario
level with
3.
the
But
sun. Super Mario
do you
3.
know what I'm talking
Super
about?
Mario
The
3. Yeah.
sun.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
desert level.
It would go like this and then come down and shut it. Yeah.
It was. You know what you
But
do? You run. You just run.
you just run.
You just run.
Yes.
It's the best way.
Just go for it.
I think that's how you get out of that. But it's tough. Like, you're right. It's very tricky. Yeah, great memories for me too. Absolutely. Kenny says, I remember that helicopter parenting was starting up right on the heels of my parenting years. I'm so glad I didn't get involved in all that. That's fair. Yeah.
And helicopter parenting being like when you're just sort of hovering around the child at all times.
Yeah, I'm not fully familiar with the term myself, but that sounds spot on. Oh my gosh, what happened here?
Lego.
We have some juice in the chat. Lego, thank you so much.
Hey, Lego.
Great to see. Like, video games very much grew up with our generation, though. I see.
They did.
I see.
Big time.
I dig it. Lego says also hi, Davy. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Lego. Great to see you. Welcome in, Lego. Good to see you. Can we give a shout? I think does Lego stream too? I forgot. I thought it was Lego.
No, Lego does not stream.
Okay.
Although to my dismay, Lego will stream once in a while when we do a gaming stream with the mods, but
Yes.
Okay.
will not stream on her own.
Yeah. PJ Lego says video games very much grew with our generation, though. Yeah, I think so too. I don't know how old. I don't know if I'm if I'm similar age to Lego, but I feel like that generation would be about whatever generation I was into, and possibly yours. Like, I feel like,
So
look, I don't want to get too specific about it because, like, I don't want to know, but would you say your generation felt like the first one that kind of moved, that kind of age? But
oh yeah.
yeah.
So I was born in
Yes.
1990,
I was
and
86.
so the first Nintendo I think was released in 88,
Mm-hmm.
around there. And then it really was through our generation. Joe and I were just talking about this
Yeah.
yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
that video games just like
They ballooned. They
they
blew
yeah
up.
the innovations
Yeah.
became so substantial. So you had like your 2D side scrollers, and then it turned into 3D, platformers, and then like you had these games like Fallout and GTA that were all these 2D things, and then they would release GTA 3 and Fallout 3 and New Vegas, and they were, like third person or first person 3D things. And all these innovations happened as we were growing up, and it's crazy. It's the
Mhm.
same with technology, how much it's gone from like your DOS sort of keyboard computer thing to what we have now. But what's
Yeah.
interesting now though is that the innovations are much more minute, like they're not
Yeah.
as
Oh, true.
massive. I guess ChatGPT is AI
No,
now
but
is pretty massive.
well, if you include AI into gaming, I think you can get a mod for Skyrim. It's kind of cool, but
Yeah.
for the most part, yeah, the gaming innovation has slowed down.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, if you think about going from Atari to Nintendo was a massive leap in like technology. And going from
Hmm.
Nintendo to either Genesis or Super Nintendo is a massive leap in technology. Going from that to PlayStation is a massive leap in
Yeah.
technology. But then it gets a little bit less, like that
Yeah.
to Xbox, and then Xbox to what was after that? I guess I'm just thinking.
Xbox 360, I
Yeah,
think it
and
was. Like
Xbox
PlayStation 2,
One.
PlayStation 3, 4, 5.
and
It's all more graphics.
oh yeah, definitely. Like PS4 to PS5
And
is
friendly.
a significant it's a significant leap. Like that's a pretty solid like step up, but definitely not this kind of step up we're looking at between like going from blocks to like
Yeah.
sprites.
Yeah. Yes.
No, for sure. But I remember when I was very young, my dad would play Wolfenstein,
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
And every once in a while, he'd be like, "Don't touch the computer. I'm updating it," something of the sort. And like the graphics on that were insane because it was all 2D images that would rotate with you. You wouldn't actually, it wasn't a 3D image that you could go around,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right, right.
And but I do remember pulling a bit of what's it called? A poor move on my part and saving my dad's game when he had 2% health, and him discovering that when he loaded his game just to see he's at 2% health, getting shot at, and that essentially killed his game.
Oh no. Oh, I feel you. You meant
Yep. Oops.
it happens. It's all good. Catching up in chat for a little bit. PJ says it's hard to outgrow video games. My father hasn't outgrown pro wrestling. He has been watching since arriving in Canada in 1957. Um, and that E-Flat guy says my dad also had a Nintendo and he would play it at home until my toddler sister decided she would walk up to him and poke him in the eye while he was
Oh,
playing.
good. That sounds about right.
Message
Yep.
received. No video games while
Sounds about
toddlers.
right.
Sounds relatable. Um, and then on the topic of helicopter parenting, Kenny says it's just a constant presence of the parent near the child, checking in with them to
Right.
make sure their maximum optimal happiness and safety. Um, let's see. And Crickster says my mom bought us kids a Super Nintendo. She let us play the level to get her more lives. That is
That's
hilarious.
amazing.
It was never.
You're participating, but it's
Yeah.
really her console.
That is hysterical.
Uh,
So did you get ice
That's
cream
pretty
for
sweet.
like winning for getting the lives for her at all? Like at Crickster? Let me see.
Probably not,
That's a
because a
reward.
child on ice cream is not fun.
I can imagine. Um, yeah. So yeah, the advancements are detail related, not earth shattering spec related. Smarticus says,
Yeah,
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
yeah. Like there was a time where, like I used the example of Tomb Raider with Joe. Like that was the first 3D platformer that was released in '96, and everybody was like, "Holy shit!" Because it was like it was so different
Yeah,
from
yeah.
anything else that was out there. But you don't really get that kind of innovation anymore. It's all, yeah, like Spartacus says, very details, like
Yeah.
very detail things. It's like, oh, the trees, look at the leaves, they actually crinkle and fall, and you can smash this thing and you can smash that thing, and if I come back to it an hour later, it's still smashed. Like that's amazing. Like those are sort of
That's a small thing.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But that's just kind of remarkable just to see that we've gotten so good at like graphics that you really have
Oh
no
yeah.
more to do, not a whole lot more to do. It's all more subtle
Mhm.
than not. Yeah, good call. Um, yeah, it's I really love that you have a passion for games. Like, what are some of the games you like to play right these days?
Well, these days it's interesting. Our gaming has shifted since COVID. I never used to play online multiplayer games, but
Or
um,
first person shooter.
or right. Well, I did as just myself. But with COVID, the mods and I, like our original mod squad and I would, which were my high school friends, we started playing Dead by Daylight, which is an online thing, and then nowadays we've been playing a lot of Valorant. I suck at both games, but it's just evolved. Where before I would only solely play single player story based games and things like that. Um,
Yep.
so it has evolved over time and with the circumstances. But really now I don't play very many games except for Valorant just because I don't have time. Like I
Mm.
haven't even been able to finish Jedi Survivor. Joe finished it, but I haven't
I didn't
finished it
finish it.
yet.
Finished it a while back.
I
Way
know.
behind.
It's not the kind of, the like there are some games you could drop for a while and come back into and it's fine. Jedi Survivor is like it's a game where you slowly build up your skills and the different moves you can do on a lightsaber. So if you don't play for a long time, it's just like how again do I do this? And so it's a bit daunting in that way.
I can see that. Yeah. I mean, with a lot of video games, it's rhythm. It's rhythm based. Like you get to the rhythm of playing your whatever the game is over
Yeah.
time, and as you go through these levels again and again and again, and it does take a lot. A lot. For me specifically, it takes a lot more trial and error than for others. But for everybody, you got a little bit of it at least. So I totally understand where you're coming from. Um, yeah.
Yeah, Joe's playing No Man's Sky right now.
I've
Sorry,
been
I
playing
didn't.
No Man's Sky, yeah.
Now with Valorant, what's your favorite? What's your favorite weapon? Like for that game, like do you any of those like tickle your fancy a little more than the rest?
So King, I am actually very bad. King Dawnbreaker things that I win. I do not win over 70% of the time. That
She's not as
those are
bad
my
as she says,
losses.
though, I'll tell you that.
And yeah, it was our but so with Valorant, because I play either the Spectre probably most of the time because I'm always dying and can
Hmm.
never afford a bigger gun, or when I can the Phantom. But what I like about Valorant is the use of the util for each character. Like you kind of have to. It's not like it's not like you could just sort of go in and shoot everyone. I mean, some people can, but you have to use some of the util to gain some advantage.
Hmm.
And I do enjoy that about the game that has some strategy to it as opposed to just let's just go in there and shoot everyone up kind of thing.
Yeah.
Joe, to everyone's dismay, likes the Ares. And
Oh, yeah, everybody hates me for it, but I love the Aries. I'll defend it any day,
Oh
anytime.
my. You can't apologize for that, though, right? I mean, if it's you got to work over the works, Joe. Like totally,
I don't apologize for it. If they have a
absolutely.
problem with it, they can pick it up themselves. It's a
There you go.
cheap gun.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Yeah,
they fighting words.
I
Yeah.
love that. I love that a lot. See, that's pretty solid stuff. Now, with the Jedi game, like, are you playing as a Jedi? So would there be lightsabers? Are you using those kind of weapons?
Mhm. So the storyline is, at least the original one is, he's one of the unknown surviving Jedi after Order 66, after they thought
Right.
they killed off, or they
Right.
tried to
Right.
kill them all off, and so you you play as Cal Kestis, and he's got this little droid BD-1, and you just play through the world, and is it Dark Souls that it's like? I've never played Dark Souls, but
I've never
people
played
say
Dark
that
Souls.
it's like Dark Souls, where you have a lightsaber throughout the whole game, and you have to parry. Like you can't just it's not a slash and hack and slash. Like you can't just run up to an enemy and just like slash them up, or else
Mm-hmm.
you'll die. Even if it's just like a random little creature, that's not. You have to time your strikes. You have to time your defending and your parries and all that stuff. And then you've got different moves that you can do and you learn over time, and that's why it's hard to jump back into it after being away from
Oh,
it for
sure,
a while.
sure.
Yeah, it's like riding a bike.
It is a lot like Jedi training. Like you're not going to be automatically able to like move rocks around just like with by moving your hand. Like
Yeah,
it takes
it
gotta
takes some
build
time to become a Jedi.
You know.
yeah. Patience too. Yeah, that's good. That's authentic. That's authentic. Then that's good to know.
Yeah, right.
I love it a lot. So we've talked about you've now when you go on Twitch, obviously you've seen people play all these games. Like Valorant, particularly popular on Twitch, and you mentioned Dead by Daylight too. Um, do you have do you have time to sample people playing these games on stream as well, or is that more of something you just play play on your own?
I don't.
I see. I see. Yeah.
Yeah, like anytime I'm on Twitch, I'm likely lurking in a music stream.
Okay. Okay.
Um, and that's if I and with my work, especially the way it is now, I'm very much in court all day. And then and then after that, it's Lizzie, and then if she goes to sleep, we're either streaming or playing Valo or
Or practicing.
practicing. Um,
Of course,
so I
absolutely.
don't have very much time. Yeah, I don't have very much time to watch. Joe doesn't watch very much Twitch, and I don't want. But my friends who I play with, like Lego, will once in a while I think watch a streamer at least um some content. I know that I've now been targeted on Instagram and TikTok for Valorant, so I get some Valorant content
Ah,
through there.
yeah.
And
Okay.
some of it's really cool because it's like, oh, this is this lineup for this particular thing. Um, I can never execute the lineup, but it's kind of interesting to get content in that way.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I would watch music more than anything
Yeah.
On Twitch.
on Twitch.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's also how you came into being on Twitch as well. I know
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
story pretty well about how the pandemic kind of started it. I was a little curious about what your music was like before. Like, would you do gigs? Would you practice? Like, would you do videos? Like, what was your what were your interests in music like back then? Did you get to play with gigs did you get to play with bands and things like that? Did you do solo gigs? Like, what were the before times like for you?
Well, I would say well before COVID,
Mm-hmm.
we would have played almost every venue in Toronto.
Wow.
Like well, to a
Uh,
smaller crowd,
I wouldn't
but
say every venue in Toronto.
not the
I
big
would
ones.
say a
But
certain a certain
well, no, we've played the Velvet. We've played what's it called, Horseshoe.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So we've played
every venue in Toronto. He names two.
Mountain Art and
That's two
Esca.
more than I've played. I'll tell you what.
I'm sorry. Can you name the other venues where we played?
We've played Smiling Buddha. We've
Yeah.
played Lee's Palace. We've
Yeah.
played what was the cathedral and that, but that's shut down.
Holy Joe's.
Holy Joe's, which is part of that triple
complex.
complex. But we never played any of these. So there's like the lower tier, and then there's sort of like the mid tier where you like decent,
Mhm.
and then the high tier. We really trolled around the low tier venues. Like Lee's Palace is kind of in between, but like we
Horseshoe
never
is
played Horseshoe is actually mid tier.
Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
You played the Horseshoe, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
But no, I didn't. We the heck was it? We never played the Mod Club. We never played the Opera House. We never played.
I played Opera House.
Well, okay, so Joe. Okay.
I
never
played every venue.
I never played the Mod Club. I never played the Opera House. I never played at Elma Combo. These are all like
I played at the Elma. That was fun.
la-di-da.
La-di-da to me. Come on, coach.
Anyway, so that though was like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
The last time we played a actual show together was probably when I was 20,
Oh wow.
19, 20.
Hmm.
And then we just stopped playing music.
I see.
Essentially almost entirely except here and there with my cousin.
Okay. Yeah.
And then it was only when COVID hit that I was like, well, the courts all shut down and they don't know what they're doing and nothing is happening from a law perspective. So I was like, I kind of want to play music again. And then it was Scap, my mod friend from high school, who was like, oh, you know that Twitch has a music category. It's like, what? I thought Twitch was only about video games. She's like, no, there are categories for everything. There's chatting, there's music, there's art, there's literally everything. And then that's how it sort of started. And it's like, oh, well, let's do that. And then eventually I convinced Joe to play with me because he was very resistant to it at first.
I
And
see.
now he's
Hmm.
the one who,
I wanted to be behind the scenes.
yeah.
I was all about the light shows and yeah, no, that's it, the light shows.
Yeah. So just wanted to do lights.
Oh, really interesting. I'm glad you made the leap though, Joe. I mean, we love hearing you on the drums. It's really fun. So.
Yeah. Oh, it makes a big difference.
Oh yeah.
Well, so we got a drums. Initially, Kelly was using the pads on the Akai,
Okay. Okay. Mhm.
and after a while, she's like, you know what? I want to get a drum set, and I think we do have a video or a couple of videos from the stream where the drum set was set up behind her,
Mhm.
and she turned around, and it's a different camera view of her on the drums, and then she turned back around and play guitar and sing and all that, and it was cool. It was all about the looping,
Mhm.
and hello,
Welcoming Dallas Arlo
and
to the mix. What's up, Dallas? Good to see you.
and little by little, she just kept pulling me in. She's like, "How about one song? How about two songs?"
Me though, it was chat as well. Like the people who were watching, they really enjoyed when Joe was on stream. And then I think when we hit 500 followers or something, we hit some sort of milestone for followers, and I was like, okay, it's going to be a full stream with Joe, and that like it was very enjoyable. And
It
then
was
from
fun.
there, it like that's what we did.
It was a lot of fun. I
Um,
still enjoy it.
yeah, so there you go. I was right. Also, Smarticus. Today I learned Joe is more of a Toronto celebrity than Kelly. Yes, I learned that today too. And thanks,
Yeah.
PJ.
Surprise!
I
He
mean, Joe
sounds
was out
like
there just filling in for Neil Peart at the drums. I had no idea.
I'm like, I've never played this. Joe's like, I have. Well, sorry.
And we never turned back. I love that. Yeah. Can we go shout to Dallas Arlo, by the way? It's good to see you, my friend. You know, so with that, you have formed, you've found so many friends. I love the mention of SCAP because there is a SCAP command. And
Yeah.
I had wondered for a while. I figured it out, I think. So I'm not going to ask it completely, but so scapping is just like sending love and like hype to somebody. And what was
Yeah,
it?
I don't even know. I don't know.
Oh, you don't even know. Okay, okay.
I think it's on Urban Dictionary. You could actually look it up. You could Drill Master actually put it on
okay.
Urban Dictionary, scapping, and it's like I can't even remember what it says, but
I don't recall what the definition.
it's sort of I don't even know. I can't even. It was so long ago. I can't even remember how it came into being. Scapping.
I don't remember the origin.
It might be better
story,
not
no.
to know now. There's so much lore behind it now. Like I think there's just no going back on that either.
Yeah, at this point, at this point, not knowing the origin is it's great. It was like it's a greeting, it's love.
Ryan,
So
if that's a
right.
definition that you gave me, if scap is activity, I would still not know what it is.
Scap is very much like Skibbity, eh, Ryan? I love that. Smarticus says,
Sorry, go Davy. Sorry.
I don't know what Skibbity is either. Like, so I'm not. I won't attempt.
No
I won't attempt to figure that out. Coke says, I feel like Scap is the ultimate double-edged sword. I guess it could be, yeah. But for all the best reasons, I think it's really fun to see Scaps in the chat. Let me see more chat catch up here. PJ is just running down some of these places. Lee's Palace is impressive. El Mocambo. Joe is hero. Yeah. And Mod Scientist, welcome in. I want to make sure I say hello to Mod Scientist. Welcome, Mod Scientist. Good to see you. And as mentioned, nice to see Dallas Arlo Music in the chat. A very talented friend of ours. So we're gonna give it to you for the questions in just a few minutes, but but before we do, Eflat says skibbity is quite literally a nonsense word that can be used to mean anything based on
Is
context.
that what it is?
No shit.
For
No,
real?
I see. I can say, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
Well, that makes sense because Skibbity Toilet's bad, but Skibbity Riz is good, I think. Oh, thanks, King.
Is that hydrate for me or
Yeah.
for Kelly? I don't know, but I guess we'll do it together.
Everybody.
I'm down.
Let's go. Hydrates for all. Thank you, King. I'm like 0 for 100 on my quest for 100% scap. Pio nails 1 per stream. Not jealous.
I know.
Well, Pio's got mod, like, Pio's got superhuman mod ability. I think there's something. I'm sure that's not a coincidence.
Leo has a deal with Streamlabs or something.
I
don't
tell
know.
you, for real. Yeah, something sus about that, I gotta say. But Pio's good people, so I.
Oh yeah.
Hello, Rain. Welcome in. Good to see you, Rain. All of the above. I am doing it cause screw this cold. Oh, right on for sure. Yeah, it's been going around. Pio is scap. Hey, I hadn't thought about that idea. Maybe.
Can you imagine? That would be the weirdest thing for me to discover.
What?
If Pio was scap.
Oh,
Like, why would you do
well, that would be a little twist.
That would be
like,
some.
Is an IRL friend for like as long as I can remember, so that would just be so weird.
That would be
I've been
wild.
scap for 20 years.
Yeah.
We all would be kind of like looking at Pio differently if we found out that Pio was in fact scap. That would be quite remarkable. I love that Kelly went straight to the personal connection. Oh my gosh. There is a word that's almost. Oh yeah, Ray. I love. But my jokes. No, you're good. You're good. Well, okay. Let's get to our to the segment. It's time. Let's do it. Here we go. Time for the. I wanted to rush that in because I just wanted to make sure that we did it. Sandwich of the week, everybody. All right, so now Kelly had teased the sandwich in our DMs as we were leading up to this program tonight. So I'm excited to hear what you have for us, Kelly and Joe. What is your sandwich?
I'll let Joe.
Okay.
I feel like there might be some controversy here.
I've already been nibbling on it, but it's a shawarma.
Oh, that looks so good. Oh, I love me some shawarma.
I've cut mine in half so you can see the
I
interior.
cut hers in half, so it's a chicken shawarma.
Although our camera's horrid.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
It's just a laptop camera.
If you do need to heat it up, go ahead and do that too, because I know we've been talking a bit, so E-flats to allow. No, it's totally fine. The taste is coming through, so don't worry about the camera at all. I can sense the
See,
smell.
I'll allow it.
Yeah.
Controversial.
Well,
Is it a sandwich? Is it a sandwich?
I think it's a sandwich. I'll allow it too. I'll allow it as well. Yeah. I've been wanting to try that,
of course
Kelly.
it's a sandwich.
Flatbread is indeed bread. We have an endorsement
bread.
from Crickster. Yeah.
Thank you, Crickster.
Well-
It's bread and it's got stuff inside. It's bread on top, bread on the bottom. The only difference is that there's bread on the sides.
Hey, in my culture, we don't have sliced bread, or historically, we don't have sliced bread. So this is my sandwich.
This is what convinced me, was that Joe said. What did you say?
Culturally, we don't have sliced bread.
Right.
It's
So it's
not a
like-
Lebanese thing.
Okay.
We just
fair
have pita.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Sounds like
So
fun.
are you going to deny me the fact of having a sandwich?
Yeah, it's a
I
wrap.
can't do that to you, Joe.
Sandwich.
I can't do
Sandwich
that.
wrap.
I
You're
will.
a wrap.
I think we can
A
honor
sandwich.
that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I like where your head's at here, Joe. I appreciate you. So we're talking about bending the definition, or I wouldn't even call it bending, but just like challenging or quite, adding to the definition of what makes a sandwich, right? So there are two
And
things.
the only pushback I got is from Kelly.
That is so funny. Oh my gosh. Flatbreads are my favorite breads. I love all breads. I'm an equal
There you
bread
go.
I'm an equal breadatunity fan right here. So here is my sandwich of the week. Now you want to talk about a sandwich that, as we were talking about in our DMs, I cannot make at home. Shawarma is definitely part of that. This is too.
Yep.
Now, would
What's
anyone like to
this?
take a gander what this is?
Is that a panzer? What's that called? The pizza that's folded?
Panzerotti?
Panzerotti?
It is
No.
not
I
a
thought it was
panzerotti.
more. Is it a play on a Jamaican patty?
I'm not sure. Not sure. It's not a calzone though. And it's not a panzerotti. This is a knish. So it's this is kind of in the same neighborhood. It's like, well, it's not sliced bread, but it's good. And they offered the deli here offered me some gravy to go with it. So I'm like, we're all about it. Let's go. So I'm gonna cut this open just so everybody can see the inside. Think of it like a hot pocket, but maybe or a show pal. There's a version of this in every different part of the world, right?
What's inside it?
Well, let's go take a look, everybody. This looks good. You got meat inside of this one, ground beef. Oh, that looks great.
Oh wow,
that looks so delicious.
Doesn't it?
The dough was a lot thinner than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be thicker dough.
Yeah.
I had the same.
Yeah, I hear
Hot
that.
pockets. Be flat.
Hot pockets, caliente pocket.
Who hasn't burnt their mouth on a hot pocket at one point or another?
I know.
No,
Is that like a rite of passage?
Yeah. Jewish jelly, you're throwing best. I need one near me. I love it. Thank you, Croak. I too am a connoisseur of Jim Gaffigan's humor. I do enjoy. So what I want to do is I'm going to dip this into the. Let's see. Because I feel like this can't be properly enjoyed without the gravy. So let's see. Ooh, that is not bad.
That's a good reaction. That's a good reaction.
Oh, that is good.
And you said that's a deli near your house?
Yeah, I'm very lucky. We have a Jewish deli very close, very close. So I'm in a good spot. Not always the case though. It's not every but it's kind of one of the nice things about living in LA is that you do get close to like a lot of different, pretty much everything. Like pretty much everything, any kind of cuisine you're looking for is here. But, oh, you missed me some Chopin. Yeah, Chopin is the bomb. It's so good.
I really like Chopin.
Yeah, Chopin's awesome. Like I like the one with the pork, like the one with the pork in the inside. It's like my favorite Chopin. That's a really good one. Like in my mom's family, like we really do Chopin on a regular basis, so it's a good time. Oh, you too. Armat's the same. I love it. Love it.
What is your background, Davy?
Oh yeah,
if you don't mind me asking.
Great question. So my mom's Filipino, my dad is Mexican. So I'm a Flipsican, as you would say. So I'm half both.
You said Chopin. It's like, what? My mom's Filipino. My dad's yeah. I was like, oh.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, it's a great way to grow up. I've really enjoyed it. I mean, I'm an American citizen, of course. I was born here in Oxnard, so I've it's a fun way to grow up. We have really cool families all together, and the foods. I mean, it's some lumpia, like yeah, and then on the other side,
oh man,
lumpia is one thing. Lumpia is always going to be a winner. Like you have parties and people from out of town or people that are not in your family come in and have the lumpia, like instant hit. Everybody loves lumpia. Like I haven't met a single person that does not like lumpia, other than like maybe people with like vegetarian, maybe if they were vegetarian, but other than that, like it's like instant classic for everyone. So like, yeah, everyone
flocks to the lumpia at the parties. Oh, it's like it's first to go.
100%. Yeah, pancit, so good, right? And then what's cool is that there's a lot of variety. Like I was just looking at ube like the other day, like ube ice cream and ube cakes and things like that.
Cakes, yeah.
Yeah.
We got ube pandesal, which was really good.
That must be fun. Yeah. Yeah.
The sweet with the
Did you want to explain what pandesal is?
It's a sweet bread.
Okay, cool.
It's
like a little bun. It's a sweet, like a sweetish bun type thing. You could probably describe it better, Davey.
Yeah, I think it's just like a roll. Like think of it like a dinner roll, but it's a little bigger.
A roll, yeah, yeah.
And it's sweeter. It's extra sweet. So and taste wise, it's kind of the most like a King's Hawaiian roll. It's the most like a King's Hawaiian roll. So it's kind of and that's actually what I was going to ask you the same question, Kelly. Like, how would you compare the those two. But let me just show this to everybody in the audience, just so everybody knows. So yeah, if you look at it just from a distance, it kind of looks like one of those Bridgeford like rolls, but they're a little longer, and yeah, taste is amazing.
I don't know what the other one is that you mentioned.
The King Hawaiian
The
roll.
King Hawaiian roll. I've
I
no
have no idea what
Oh,
that is.
okay. I'll show you that too. Now the King's Hawaiian roll is much more square, and it's got more of a let me see if I can describe this. It's gonna have more of a brown glazed top. So this is the King's Hawaiian roll. I'll show this on screen too. So the King's Hawaiian roll. I wish these pictures weren't so small, but if that's a King's Hawaiian roll.
You
Okay.
get it in Florida.
Yeah. So I
Mhm.
want to say maybe those are more doughy,
Right. I agree.
right? Like they're
Yeah.
like stickier almost.
Not
Not
stickier.
like
It's just-
stickier, like doughy.
Yeah.
Like you could like turn it into like a rubber ball if you squished it hard enough.
Sure.
No, you really could. You could really squish. You can't really do that with pond salt, right? Because
You
pond-
couldn't, yeah, because it's bready.
Because he's out there just squishing bread. It's like, are you doughy?
Yeah, but
A rainbow variety, cool.
yeah, the Kings of Wine in LA. I think that's I'm probably about 40 minutes from there, from that particular. LA's huge. Like, yes, I can be in the same city and still be 40 minutes away from it. Yes, that's how big it is. But they're the King's Hawaiian Cafe. I love that. I should check that out. It is more recognizable in the package. PJ's freshly baked pound out early in the morning is the greatest. I don't think I've had that privilege. I tend to get it a little bit after the fact. At least that's how my mom got it.
Same.
But
My mom baked some.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. King's Hawaiian rolls are slightly sweet as well. Yeah, and like you said, they're so fluffy. Like you could put you could slice it, and put like butter in it. That's amazing stuff, you know. Most of them are store bought, so you can't actually have them fresh out of the factory. But if you put them in the oven for a bit, like it just melts in your mouth. Like, and pound, yeah. So they're both really good. Catching up on chat. Let's see. King says this further explains the sandwich story. Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, it's been my palate has had a very good life. It's gotten to know a lot of different types of foods from all over the lands. Let me see. PJ says my pescatarian wife makes hush veggie lumpia all the time. I would totally eat that.
Interesting.
Yeah, I totally would. I never tried it, but that sounds pretty good. So I'd be down. I'm a Ponset Bihon girl, says Crickster. Dig it.
Ooh.
Don't even know what that means.
Armut says every family gathering has lumpia and pancit, no matter the occasion. Now that is unique because my understanding is that pancit is a birthday thing. I'm not sure if that's true in every family, but in our family, well, we have it all. We have it in other occasions, but my grandmother specifically made it for birthdays. So it was kind of like an extra special thing. But you could eat it at any time, right? Like I don't think it's limited to birthdays.
My experience is similar to Armut, where it's
Mhm.
every family gathering. There's the pancit and there's the lumpia. And we used to do the lechon, like we used to have like the whole pig. And then anyway, that didn't. Once the family gatherings got smaller, that didn't happen anymore. But
That's a lot of pig for a small family gathering.
that's why we don't do it anymore. But
Yeah.
we used to do like the whole.
You know, the word
whole thing.
lechon does not suggest what it is. Lechon is like pork belly, and it's like fried pork belly, and it's absolutely fantastic. Like it is.
Mhm.
I'm going to throw a photo of that up as well. But do I have that right? I better make sure I get that right. No,
Isn't it the whole
It's a whole pig.
Pig?
Isn't it?
it's all pig, right? Okay, never mind. So it's the whole pig. It's not just like the. So
but it's crispy. They cook it in a way that the
Mhm.
skin is super crispy.
you're right. There it is. Oh,
Yeah.
It can be kind of
Yeah.
like duck in certain spots, you know. Like it's a little bit like
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Lechon is amazing, y'all. If pork is your thing, you're gonna love lechon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. PJ says Davy might be thinking lechon kawaii. Oh yeah. I think I was. Craigster says, "Well, every day is someone's birthday. I like to celebrate everyone. I appreciate that. It could be whole hog too. Yeah. So, yeah, amazing. So there you go. That's kind of the gist of foods that I grew up with, and you grew up with too. Um, I mean, I've had great cuisine, Mediterranean cuisine too. Like it's just so good. Lentils, um, falafel, like yeah, and shawarma. Like shawarma. Who was it that said they wanted to try shawarma? Like I highly recommend trying shawarma. It's really good. Like
If you've never had it,
No
it's
doubt.
delicious.
You should. You're missing out.
yeah.
I
Now
mean, it's meat wrapped in bread. How can it go wrong?
for
It's a
sure,
sandwich.
for
Yeah, it's a
sure.
sandwich.
Slow roasted meat trapped in bread, and in a lot of cases,
Yeah.
fire roasted. It's like it's so good, Joe. You're right. Mm.
It's cool how they make it too. The way they shave the meat off of
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
spit.
Oh, it's very thin steaks, right, piled on top of each other, right? And that's how you create it. And then you just shape it, and as you were saying, slow cook. Yeah.
It's really interesting because, like, if you grew up in Mexico, you know about al pastor, and the principles between al pastor and shawarma are almost identical. Like, you just stack the meat up, you slice it from the side, and it creates really, really good meat. Really succulent.
Yeah, it's very like it's very tender, and like the spicing is always very like throughout the whole thing. It's not like, when you cook like a piece of chicken and on the skin, and like the skin has all the flavor, and then the meat's kind of like meh.
No, we kind of mastered our barbecue. That's essentially what my people did. And the spice trade was big with India back in the day, so we like our spicy foods.
Oh man, you speak my language, Joe. I love spicy food too. So good. Hoax says somebody feed Phil talked about that on his visit to Mexico, the Middle Eastern influence on Al Pastor. So yeah, that sounds about right, right? Like I feel like that would have inspired one would have inspired the other.
Yeah, I'm not sure which is which,
Yeah.
but like between Spanish culture, Arabic culture, and Mexican culture, there's a lot of
Overlap.
tons of overlaps.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Absolutely. Um, I mean, and if you think about it, like if you were to try to like mix and match some of the components, for example, a shawarma taco, which I have had and I've loved it. It was great. Or what if you had or if you had a carne asada pita? That I don't think I've done that, but it sounds I would totally be. Well, no, actually, I have done that. You know why I say that? Taco Bell. They do gorditas, which is basically just pita with like Taco Bell stuff in the inside. So like I've totally done that.
I feel
Totally
like
work.
Taco Bell doesn't actually do meat though.
Is Taco Bell good in the States? In Canada,
At least
I
not
kind of went
here.
downhill.
Yeah,
I don't know
like
how to
Taco
answer.
Bell here, the meat is like it's like
Yeah.
grainy, almost so
No,
weird.
that's pretty much on point. That's how it is here, but we love it anyway.
No, okay.
Pretty much the same. Yeah, questionably meat.
Yeah, like Taco Bell in Toronto, it's either I just partied my ass off and I need a quick meal,
Mm-hmm.
or I'm high out of my mind and I need a quick meal. Right? But that's essentially one or the other. But
The other option.
yeah. I got you. I got you.
yeah,
Um, this has been now. Can I ask you one quick Canadian specific question? I have been told that A&W and KFC taste so much better in Canada compared to those in the States. Is there, in your experience, have you seen some credence to that?
I don't know that I've had A&W or KFC
in the
in the
States.
States. So I unfortunately cannot answer that question.
But I will tell you that we did buy chicken thighs from Pubic. Was it Pubic? Public. We call it Pubic.
I think pubic.
I'm more familiar with the joke term than the real term, so that's what came to mind. And I have to tell you, your chicken thighs down south are a whole lot bigger than they are in Canada.
Oh wow.
There's a whole lot.
I don't know if it was, yeah, I don't know if it was that bash or whatever, but like the thighs were like this.
Like
It was the leg, sorry, it was the whole leg.
the whole
but
leg,
the
but
thigh
it was
of the leg was like huge, and
like a baby turkey.
yeah, we were very confused by it.
Yep.
I don't know how we got on this topic. Oh, A&W.
And the
Yeah,
leg,
no,
yes.
yeah.
PJ says it's different. I actually I've never tried it in the States.
This is the grocery store that which Joe speaks of, by the way. I've seen some of these pubixes and
Oh, my-
I've seen them in Florida too.
Yeah, we go to Florida. We for the past few years we've gone to Florida like about once a year, and we get like a Airbnb close, and there's like a Publix that's very close to it.
It's like
Okay.
a 5-minute walking
Yeah,
distance
we
away.
just call it
Yeah.
Publix. Because we're immature. This goes right back to the being immature.
Yeah,
circle.
exactly. Oh, that's funny. I love it. I was going to ask at some point during this hour, like, what were your musical inspirations? But talking about pubic seems more fun to me.
I can never answer that question anyway. I don't really know.
Davy was wise to eliminate the L when saying and we've come full circle. Absolutely. Yeah. Gotta love a good pub pubic's huge thigh.
What?
Gotta love a good pubic's huge thigh.
They only got huge thighs at the Publix.
Yeah.
No.
That's
Yeah. So, My Chemical Romance is like one of your biggest bands. Like, no, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Me?
I'm just kidding. I'm just like, but no, but in truth, like I love like when you do your original songs. It's such a like for me. It's like it's completely different from like what we see a lot of on Twitch, which is the laid back, electronic, or an acoustic. You can be either one. Kind of the slow, vibey, cozy jam, like cozy kind of jams, which are great. Like, don't get me wrong, these are great, but your songs, like, you want to just like go through a wall, like when I hear any of your songs, like The Streets Burn or something like that, and it is just like roar. You want to get in a motorcycle and go like 100 miles an hour, and it's what inspires music like that. Like, it's really fun. Like, I love it a lot.
Lego, slow and cozy. We don't know her. It's really funny because when I first started streaming, I tried to do a chill Sunday morning stream. That was what the Sunday morning stream was supposed to be. Supposed to be like chill, sort of like slow jam. And it never was that. Like I just couldn't do it.
It lasted too long.
Yeah, and then it would just be like, oh, but play this one. Like, okay. And then it turned into the chaos that it is or was back then. But yeah, none of them were chill. I don't know where, like, I think that I have a very like significant disdain for, I guess, like it so cliche, injustice, and like when things are not fair.
Well, take your profession.
Right. And it just it actually just like there have been many times where Joe has been like, why are you so angry? Because we're just talking about something that's not personal, that's not affecting me directly, but it's just so it does like spawn a lot of anger in me, and then I guess that's where that all comes from. It's just like I want to yell about this and I can't yell over like la 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 on the guitars.
Of course, right.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's probably where that comes from.
Okay.
It's a like I have, and I don't know that this is a good trait, but I react to things often with with anger as my first reaction, like what the hell kind of thing.
Right.
um, and so yeah, I do think that that's where that come from. That's where that comes from.
Wow. No, respect. You know, it is honestly the truest form of rock and roll in a lot of ways, because I think the original rock and roll was also born out of some level of anger, or anger at the establishment,
Right.
whatever it may be.
Rebellion.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you know, the punk rock movement of the 70s and 80s, same thing. Like, it just kind of like, we are tired of this, we want change, and
Mhm.
or even just like, we
Yeah.
don't care anymore.
Yeah. Oh, right. It's a little bit of that too.
Yeah.
And King, thank you, King. You're so sweet. That means a lot.
That's awesome. And I agree with it. Like the originals, they grab you and never let go, and I'm here for every single time. Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. You know, and I'll wrap with this. Like, one, you talk about making it as a streamer, as a content creator. I feel like a good moment. I feel like I'm not in. If I'm, at least it seemed to me like it felt like when you had so many, like maybe close to 24 people contributing with you for one of your more recent originals. And like, and I think, Ryan, we were part of that too, right? Weren't you one of the people who like contributed vocals or other contributions to that song?
In the bridge.
In the bridge, yeah. And it was lovely to hear that. And it just felt like things really came together in that moment. I mean, how would you describe going through, you know, seeing all these communities coming together to help you out with this song?
You know, it was such a privilege, and I was so grateful to everybody who wanted to contribute, to be part of it. So in the bridge, I really wanted to have sort of the effect of a lot of people saying these things. You know, and it would never have been possible if we didn't have a lot of people contribute to it. And it was just such a testament to what um Twitch is like, the Twitch music community is like. You've got content creators um, who are all willing to support each other as opposed to wanting to compete with each other.
Yeah.
And I find that, you know, a lot of the music that we dealt with growing up, in terms of like the industry or whatever, the community, was a lot more of the competitive thing, the cutthroat, the I'm better than you, or you're better than me, whatever. Whereas with Twitch, it was very collaborative, and it just meant so much that people were willing to contribute, and that all their voices are now in the track and will be there forever. It's very
Yeah,
it's important to.
and every time you hear that song, you'll be reminded of that, and it's really cool to see that all come together.
And I could pick out the voices too if I listen carefully enough. Like, I can sort of hear each person.
Kelly says she can. I cannot. I definitely cannot. But Kelly says she can.
Yeah, I love it a lot. Music. Hey, always Andy. Music shouldn't be competitive. Props. There you go. I love that. What's up, Andy? By the way, what's up, always Andy? Welcome in. Shout out to our pal Andy. Good to see you again, my friend. But amazing. So now it's available, and it's available on Bandcamp. It's available on all the music platforms. If you want to check out all of Kelly's music, go look up Kelly Gates on all those platforms and check it out. So, good to see you. And great to see everybody checking in too, by the way. So, all right. So, folks, we're about to enter random questions, which gives everybody here in our chat a chance to ask Kelly and Joe questions about anything. They can be about music. They can be about other things, but first, before we get into that, I got a big announcement. And here it is. So we have been putting together a lot of people for what is going to be probably one of the biggest events in the Sandwich Show in quite some time. I would like to introduce you all. Inu, you ready for this? We are going to have, during Super Bowl week, February the 6th, join us, won't you, for the Super Mega Trivia Challenge, featuring all these people you see in the chat. Our pal Fredane, friends, Taylor Two Kitties, the Stream Scribes, John Oakwood, Steggy, Music Justice. So many people, like it's a whole lot of people are going to be part of this. We're going to be playing team trivia. organizing 2 teams together. This is gonna be fun. I'm trying to situate like what we'll do for each of the rounds. We'll have like an exciting final round, and may the best team win. We'll have 2 teams. I've nominated 2 captains today. We'll tell you more about who those captains are as we go along. But just to share that with you, this is more details coming up. But that's February 6th, 8 o'clock Eastern. Be there. Super Mega Trivia Challenge. It's gonna be wild, y'all. Wild. And now, with that said. Now we're going to open the questions to all of you here in our chat in what we call America's and Canada's favorite moment. I have to include Canada this time. Favorite moment in Twitch broadcasting.
Do the dance. It's time for random questions. Great stuff.
Zero, good to see you. Yeah, North America. I think it's
I like that.
North
There you
America's
go.
favorite moment in Twitch, but yeah, I got it. Welcome everybody to Random Questions once again, and this is your opportunity to ask questions of our guests tonight. This edition's guests are our friends Kelly Gates and Joe, who are out of the Toronto area, up in Canada. It's really great to have you back, have you join us for this first time on this program. Something I've wanted to do for a while, by the way. Like I know that before you took your break to raise your awesome little baby, I was thinking, it'd be great to have Kelly on the show. It'd be really great to have Joe. We can chat and talk about anything. So it's lovely to have this moment. And so now I'd like you to have the moment with us. Use exclamation point question followed by the question itself, and you can ask a question of our pals in the chat. We can ask about anything tonight. I got a few ideas, but we will take your ideas first, of course. So, King says, and you thought we had chaos before. I know, for real. Like, I can only imagine what kind of questions we'll get tonight. But, so send them on in, and we'll take what you got. We don't have any questions yet. I'm shocked. This has been a vibrant chat tonight. Oh, there we go. Okay, Hoke starts us off. And maybe how long I think Hoke is like one of your newest fans, right? Like I think I recall that.
Yeah. King had asked Smarticus to come over to our our stream. Yeah. And so King is just wonderful, and Smarticus as well. So, but yes, it was actually only when we came back from the break that Blame King. Yeah, Blame King.
Yeah. So let's go over to. Let me just show you what the big announcement was, because Robbie just says, "Welcome in, Robbie. Good to see you, by the way." Here's the big announcement. You ready? And that's not it.
Let's do it.
There it is. Okay,
I'm ready.
Okay. We're gonna have a Super Mega Trivia Challenge next week on the 6th, and it's got a huge lineup. Like, there's so many people. We're gonna formulate 2 teams out of this entire group of people, and we are gonna have a contest for the ages, y'all. It's gonna be amazing stuff. February the 6th, 8 o'clock Eastern. Who will win? Tune in to find out. How will we manage the chaos? This is actually part 2 of that battle. We shall see. Yeah. So don't miss it. It's gonna be a really good time. All right, so let's get to that first question from Smarticus. Here it is. What is the wildest quick story you can share from your legal career that won't get you in trouble or cause any of us to get red flags?
Oh man,
that is a question. Okay, definitely. I don't want you to get TOS or anything like that. So,
no.
But,
I can't. The wildest, like what? Okay, I don't know if you've already told this story. Actually, the one with the picture.
No, I don't think I have.
Anyway, I'll try to make it quick. I had a case. It was not a very complicated case, but there was a witness who the complainant had said was not in the country anymore. She was gone. And she was a witness who was supposed to have seen some things and maybe had some exculpatory things to say, depending on how you looked at it. And my client was like, no, she's here and they live together. And I said, are you sure about that? He goes, yes. I said, okay. So we finished whatever and for that day. And then I said, and then we needed a new day and it was like months away. And so I said to him, okay, well, if you want to actually use this, then get a private investigator and get him to get a picture of them together. Normally when you say that to somebody, like nothing comes of it. Freaking lo and behold, like a few days later, I get freaking pictures. And I was just like, oh my God. And she's there with this woman who she says is out of the country. So anyway, so then a few months later, we go back. This is COVID now, so we're not even in the courtroom anymore. We're on Zoom. And I kind of used that to my advantage where I took the picture and I zoomed in on the person who was supposed to not be in the country. And I said to her, okay, can you tell me who that is? She said, oh, that's Nancy, let's just say. And I said, okay. And then I zoomed out and I was like, who's that? Isn't that you? Yes. And it's timestamped by the private investigator. I was like, can you tell me the date of that? Yes. What's the date? Well, that date's a lie. I was like, can you just tell me the date? It says the date. And I was like, well, that's after the trial, isn't it? That's just a few days after. So she's in the anyway. So that ended up in an acquittal.
Wow,
They
after
just-
all that?
Yeah.
Damn.
It was like she so my guy was acquitted and because he just couldn't she lied. Like she full on lied. She perjured herself. So
Kelly was in virtual court. I was off to the side watching the whole thing.
Oh, that's
like,
right.
popcorn.
This is-
Wow.
This
not
That's right. It was over Zoom and stuff. That's crazy.
it was Zoom.
Wow.
Yeah. But that was kind of an interesting situation.
I see,
That
I see.
It was just not par for the course kind of thing. You know?
Sure,
Sorry,
sure.
give me one second. I'll be right back.
People
Right.
are great, says Andy. Man,
People
people
are
are
great,
great.
yeah.
Yeah, you can say that again. So let's thank you, Smarticus, for that queer question. It was certainly inspires a lot of stories. Let us get to. I mean, that's as good an answer as I could ever hope for from that. Let's go to E-Flat's question. Here it is. Kelly, when you write songs, does the process vary a lot? You tend to create in a specific order. Oh wait, hang on. Oh, I see. Kelly, when you write songs, does the process vary a lot, or do you tend to create in a specific order? Like, do you go lyrics first and then guitar first, or do you go guitar first and then the lyrics? Like, how would you write a song? Like, what's your process?
It really depends. Sometimes it's the guitar part, and I'm like, okay, this is a cool guitar part, and I think this is sort of where I want to go lyric wise. And then sometimes it's like I feel like I feel like I need to write about something, and I write it out in lyrics, and then it's after the fact that the guitar happens. Like Streets Burn was a lyrics first situation. I think Safe Haven was as well.
See,
Anyway,
yeah.
but I think it really does depend on the situation. I'm trying
What
to,
comes first?
yeah, like there are often times Joe and I will be practicing and I'll have a riff and so that gets saved and then I have to write lyrics for it. But sometimes it's like I've seen something and it bothers me, and so I write lyrics about it, and then after the fact we add the music to it. So it does vary.
But to your point, a couple of days ago, Kelly ended up opening their own video. We wanted to see a song that we had recently played. And the video she opened up was her just kind of playing a
potential riff for an original,
potential
another
riff for an
original.
original. I was like, I like that. We should kind of grow it. We should do something with it.
Yeah, and so that would be a situation where
riff first,
and then I'll add the lyrics after, depending on
Wow.
how the riff feels, I suppose.
Interesting.
I don't know if that answers the question.
I mean, I think it covers a decent amount of the ground. I think that's not too bad. I mean, but I do know it's not the same for everybody, and sometimes it's not even the same with every song either. So it's kind of interesting how that works. So we hope that helped. That was a good answer. Aoife, thank you so much for your question. And next to PJME, what's your favorite goods from Baker's Best Bakery? And on a related note, are you still following the PWHL?
Yes. So, I mean, the only that's why you got up. The only reason sorry, well,
Baker's
right, sorry. The only thing I really got from Baker's Best was the Pundiso. And
Huh.
PJ told me he was gonna ask this question.
PJ called his
I
shot
got
on the question.
Yeah, he did.
Oh my gosh, it's funny.
Not the PWHL part, but
Okay.
no problem, Eflat. Thank you for the question. But yeah, I would only really get, or maybe Ensimada, but that was really it from the Baker's Best. I didn't really spend much time there.
what's Baker's Best?
So Baker's Best was a Filipino bakery that is on Brimley, and anyway, in Scarborough. I used to live close to there, but I just never really went there.
Well,
yeah.
never heard of it.
In terms, it used to be. It's in the same plaza as where we used to take Marby to the vet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. In terms of the PWHL, yes, I try to catch games as much as I can. I watched the game this past Saturday. The Scepters finally won. And then Lego and I and Joe and Scap are going to be going to a game on Saturday, and Lizzie are going to a game on Saturday. But Joe busted this out because he just wanted to. Lego bought this for Lizzie. And this is the hat that Lizzie wears to school every day. She always wants to wear a purple hat.
She wants the purple hats all the time.
Yeah. But interestingly, I came across an article that said that the PWHL is already looking to expand the number of teams. So that's really good news. It means that they're doing well. And they did this. And they did this trek across, not trek, but they did like I think it was the Air Canada Centre, it was Montreal, and it was or Quebec, and anyway, it doesn't matter. They did like games at major stadiums, and they did really, really well at every stadium. I think they essentially sold out, if not sold out, all of them. So they've really picked up steam, and it's so exciting because there have been other professional women's hockey leagues that have just not gained any traction for one reason or another, but this one has really done a great job, and it seems like it might be here to stay. So
yeah, I mean it's kind of interesting because you have that, and then you have the professional women's soccer league here in the States too, so I think you can see some juice in both of those. Like, it's pretty cool to see them both kind of like just finding some footing. I mean, it's not too shabby.
Yeah. It's really nice to see.
Yeah.
Because like when I was I loved to play hockey when I was a kid, and I love hockey still, but I don't really play very much anymore. But like there was nowhere to go as a female playing hockey. You were either on the national team or nothing, really. There was no real, professional league like the NHL.
Yeah.
And so this is really, it's such a huge step for women's hockey. Like it's incredible. So yes, still following it as much as I can, which is really more than any other sport that I used to follow now. So
oh wow.
Sort of at the top of the list right now.
Yeah. I mean, there's something to be said about a young league too. Sometimes the young leagues are fun to follow because you can see the history taking place as it happens, right? It's like
yes.
Yeah. Not bad. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, PJ. The tempo, the Toronto tempo.
Yeah. WNBA has been slowly expanding over time. Like, it's interesting to see the finals that they had was like one of the most exciting WNBA finals I've ever seen in my life. Like, that was exciting stuff. Although there was a controversial call towards the end of it. I think I remember that. But we'll get into that later. Thank you for your question, PJ. And now on to King's question, who says, for both Joe or Kelly, living or dead, what three performers would you most want to play on stage live with?
Go ahead. I've been talking.
Oh. Does the music need to match?
No, I wouldn't match. No, you don't have to do it at the same time, so it doesn't need to match now.
No, so I'm big on the big band jazz.
Ooh.
So I would love to kind of Frank Sinatra right up there. I think Bing
Ooh.
Crosby would also be a lot of fun to play with, and I do want to say Gene Krupa, but Gene Krupa is already an amazing drummer as is. So I don't like drumming around an amazing drummer.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with a jazz approach here.
Hmm.
Kelly always makes fun of my music selection.
Fun. I just think it's
I would.
You do.
You know what?
Not because of that.
It's definitely out of the box, and I love it. I'm here for it. These are great. And you got some big support for the Sinatra vote, by the way. Like big support in the chat.
So on Spotify, the annual summary, like it gives you the summary of the bands that you listen to the most. For me, none of them were metal, really. And then Khalil was like, "How are you a drummer for this band?" I was like,
okay. Let me be. All that was playing was stuff from the Cyberpunk soundtrack, and then like really chill randomness, and I was just like, it's been an hour and I haven't heard a single rock song. Who are you?
Wow.
And why do you play in this band?
Wow. Yeah.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
It was just very interesting. Like my playlist or like songs or whatever is all over the place as well, but like you will at least get quite a
"There's a
few
focus."
rock songs and
Yeah.
this is anyway. I want to qualify that answer.
I'm all over the place.
Well, you know, I mean, I can relate to that too, Joe. But definitely not what I would have expected for your answer. That's what's interesting about it. I'm at chat. Were you seeing that coming as well, or maybe I just wasn't familiar enough with your drumming style? Perhaps but I love it though. I think it's really cool that you have such a wide range of different styles you want to get into. Efat says you don't want to trade songs with Krupa. Oh, interesting. That's interesting. Oh, I guess that was a response.
So it's funny. Gene Krupa started his own band after Benny Goodman, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and when he started his own kind of ensemble, he had to tone it back on the drum solos because he realized not everybody wanted to listen to a half-hour drum solo every time they went to hear a concert.
I see.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, that's just really cool though. Like I love the variety in your answer. That's just really fun. Robbie says mine is mostly Linkin Park and Emily Henry these days, so it's a range. That is a range, all right. Certainly. Let's see. King says, okay, well, Joe and Kelly can come over and play after answering like that. And Andy says, Andy says, all my metal drummer friends listen to jazz.
That makes sense.
That does make sense though.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So Kelly, how about it?
Oh God.
You had time to think about it.
I know, but I was very focused on qualifying what you just said about me laughing at your thing. I got very distracted by that. I also was laughing because Armut said Joe contains multitudes. We're learning a lot about you. You're Toronto famous, apparently, and you contain multitudes.
Surprise!
Surprise!
That's Toronto's our sandwiches.
I wanted a 30-minute drum solo next stream. Done. I think the people who I would want to play with or play music with would probably be people who I fangirl over.
Okay.
So I would love to play with Shania Twain. I think that would be so cool. Canadian icon and such.
Yep.
And her music is just fun. I don't know.
Alive or dead, Kelly. It can literally be anybody.
Yeah. She does rock. I agree with Andy. Like, I mean,
she does rock.
I don't think you necessarily have to pick three. If you feel strongly about just the one, I mean, I think we could.
No. I mean, I think I'd
He
like
only wants to play with Shania. That is,
Shania Twain
that is all.
3 times. That's how we're answering this question.
Because it's technically 3. Yeah, I mean, if you could use it
I'd
like
like
3
to play
times, right? That don't impress me much. Okay, that's nice. Well
She'll
played.
never live that down.
No, no. She must get that like all the
Um,
time. Yeah, but
Right?
yeah.
I don't know. Like, I guess it would be really cool to play with Kurt Cobain if he were still
Ooh,
alive.
there you go.
Like starting an era essentially of music. And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, yeah, that would be cool. But I think I'd be too distracted.
Yeah. You
You
know
know
what?
what would be fun?
Ah,
Sorry. Being one of the percussionists in Slipknot,
That would be a lot of fun.
right?
ooh.
Because you've got guys that are there just going like on this like whatever
Jumping on the drums, on the timpani.
hitting drums, like these big
That would be a lot
that
of
would
fun.
be so fun. I would like to be one of those people. Just smashing a drum.
Yeah.
I could do that. I can do that much.
I'd be down with that.
Armat says that sounds tiring.
It probably very tiring.
That's a lot of torque,
But
Kelly.
much fun. What?
That's a lot of torque. You gotta go like this.
Oh my god! I thought you said that's not a twerk. I was like,
Oh.
what?
It's also not a twerk, yes.
It also not a twerk.
Kelly was a percussionist in the high school band. She played the timpani
Oh, no
I
kidding.
did.
Ooh. Ooh.
and the trombone earlier on in life.
Wow.
Oh, I only played that for a hot second.
We are learning so much tonight, everybody. This is great. Like, this is... Yeah. King says, if you want to call it drums, I mean, it's Slipknot. I mean, I'm not going to judge. Although I haven't heard it enough to know. Like, yeah. So King might be onto something. But let's see. A lot of music. You can't assume that every person has listened to Shania. Yeah. So, no, I appreciate the explanation. Ryan, you're good. You're good there. Thank you for the question, King. I was excited about the potential for this question, and we got it, didn't we? That was great. So thank you, King Jambreak.
Joe's answer was good.
Yeah, Joe's answer was fun. I loved Joe's
Surprise!
answer. Yeah.
I have stolen drum beats from Joey Jordison before, though, I have to say. So
Oh,
Slipknot is
interesting. Yeah.
fun. I've stolen one of his drum beats.
Interesting.
Other
But I imagine
surprise.
with drums, it's inevitable you might do that. And honestly, like, I don't think anyone would really be that beat up over it, right? Because, like,
It depends on how unique it is.
right.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
because some drum beats are pretty damn unique, and the second you start playing them, like think about "In the Air Tonight." Anyone who does that fill, you're like, oh, okay, I know who's that.
No, that's true. That's like probably the most recognizable, probably out of like
Right?
a lot of
In
them.
terms
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the-
You know.
Yeah.
Now, do
Yeah.
you mean the part at where they get into the chorus like do 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 that
Exactly.
part? Yeah, that's
There
it.
you
Right?
go.
Yeah, that's totally it, right? Yeah. It doesn't
Well,
take
between
much.
Kelly's songs, I usually play random beats, except once I decided to just focus on random Radiohead beats.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
And there was one guy in chat who was like, "Wow, the drummer really likes Radiohead." I was like, "Somebody figured it out."
Oh wow,
You
good
should
to
do that more
hear.
often. Yeah, just like
That's sharp, my friend. I really like that. I want to kind of play.
I was surprised.
Can we play Name That Drum? Like, I don't know if this website exists, but if there's one that just drum fills, I'd love to see if Joe could guess these. That'd be really, really fun.
If they're unique enough, maybe.
Maybe, right?
But first, you need me to get to know the band names because I suck at names.
well, like the song 2, the beginning of song 2 is very unique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So song 2.
Yeah. Something
I'm curious.
we'll put it on the burner for a moment. I'll see if anything pops up as far as because I even give you the band name and see if you recognize the beat. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But next question we'll go to is from Always Andy, who also does wicked things with music out there. So follow Andy on all the platforms. Here's a question: you can only have one, 4/4 or 3/4.
3, 4.
Can 3, 4 be 6, 8? Because I really like the.
That's fair.
Did you say 3, 4?
I said 3, 4.
Andy says, of course. Of course.
Yeah, you have your 6, 8. There you go.
Then probably
3, 4.
4.
Yeah. Nice. Joe, would you?
There's a lot of cool grooves you can get with that.
Yeah, 3, 4 is the way to go.
Yeah. The thing is, 4, 4 is your meat and potatoes, but like.
Hey, look, if I'm really fussed, I'll play 3, 4, 4 times. And I'm back to a 4, 4.
Wow.
I had wondered about that too, because like I know that you can put
Oh,
3, 4
sorry.
into 4, 4. Like you can kind of simulate a 3, 4 with a 4, 4, if that makes any sense, or something like that. If I have that correct.
You can, if you really want to.
Yeah.
It's more about the feel of it, but
Right.
Sorry, my alarm just went off. I have an 11:30 alarm to try and wake me up from the couch.
Oh,
But
gotcha.
it never works.
definitely.
Definitely didn't work tonight. You're already awake.
That's a
Now what-
4 as well.
What is? Well, I won't pursue that the alarm, but backstory. But Andy says correct answer. I would have accepted 5, 4 as well. 5, 4 is wicked.
What is it? Isn't Pisces 5, 4?
I think,
Take 5 is 5, 4, but isn't
Yeah,
Pisces
take
5,
5.
4 as well?
uh,
She is in fact awake.
Yeah,
yes.
it worked. It worked very well. Robbie's right. Okay.
I don't remember if Pisces is 5, 4. Pisces by Ginger.
Yeah.
I think so.
Neat. I've never heard it, so I wouldn't know myself. So feel free to weigh in, chat, if you know yourself, if you know about 5, whether that's true. So we have one more question. Thank you, Andy, for your question as well. Here's the question that I ask periodically on stream. Here it is. All right, King, are you ready for your command, your appropriate command? Okay. So you're waking up in the morning after your 8:30 alarm gets you up in the morning. And you're at the table. It's breakfast time. All right. So do you, and not just this day, but any day, pancakes, waffles, French toast, or crepes?
See, Joe makes really good pancakes.
Yes.
Yes, he just accepts
Yes, I
that
do.
as
Oh.
true. But
But I prefer
I
crepes.
love the confidence.
Oh, interesting.
I really
Interesting.
like waffles.
Waffles.
Hey, double interesting. Look at, okay. So,
I don't even have a waffle maker.
I like a good frozen Eggo waffle.
Okay.
Yeah. Not frozen, like I mean like
that literally froze.
Because they're gnawing on frozen waffle.
I mean like it comes frozen and you stick it in the toaster.
Yeah. No banana, says Andy. I see. Gotcha.
No bananas? What's wrong with bananas?
No bananas.
I
in
thought they were
waffle
going to pick
maker.
pancakes. I did too. I thought like, oh, Joe makes great pancakes, but it's crepes and waffles. Oh my God. That's quite a bait and
I'm
switch
too
for
lazy to make grapes.
They're hard to make.
I'm way too lazy to make grapes. I once made one of these 1,000-layer cakes, which is just crepe, mango, like with cream the whole way through. It took me a good 2-3 hours.
When did you do that?
10 years ago. And I hated my life for 3 hours.
Why did you do that?
I saw a picture and I had to emulate.
This one is very much like that. He's like a TikTok recipe person.
Yes, 99% of the time they fail. But they're always time consuming and I hate my life throughout.
100% lasagna. I feel
Dang
like
it.
that'd be horrible.
Wait, how many? Okay, first, I want to get to the 100-layer lasagna before we finish this stream tonight. But first, King, let's do one for crepes and one for waffles. I feel like that's fair because 2 different people answered that. So We'll get votes for both of
Do
those.
you keep stats? Have you been
We
keeping stats?
do. We do. In
Oh.
fact, as you do these,
Oh.
as King does these commands, you will see what the results are for each of these. So let's see. As King gets that in. Good luck why they pay you the big bucks, King. Yeah. No, but we made that easy for King. I mean, I think both of those deserve a vote, so we'll go ahead and get votes for each.
All right.
Paige and King for the command. Now, let's get to the matter of the 100-layered lasagna. So the thing with lasagna, lasagna already has like 4 or 5 layers, right? Like a regular one. Like we're already looking at 5.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's about that thick.
Yeah.
So
it's
like
100-layer lasagna is just dough. It's just
yeah.
yeah,
It's
when it's
just
just
pasta.
compressed, like I don't even think the innards would stay. Like I feel like it would just go like and it would just become just
No,
100 layers of the
they would.
pasta.
No, you're actually it's kind of right because there's so much weight, and then it just all becomes like
Yeah.
one spread out
Yeah.
like.
That would all just be
you end up with a pool of like pasta surrounded by stuffing.
Armin, you have to do it. You have to try and make the 100 lasagna,
Amazing.
and then you have to take a picture
Send-
of the result.
I
And
think
post
we
it
need this
everywhere.
photo. So if you do it, Armad, or if anybody else does, we would love to have that photo on our Discord. So use !point Discord. We'll get that on there. Yeah, but King, are you with us, King? Like we're gonna put in a vote for both. 1 vote for crepes, 1 vote for waffles, and then we'll see what our results are. But I can show you what what the standings are before those votes go in our chat. So it looks like before your votes, the battle had waffles at 24, pancakes at 20, and this is just
crepes 13.
13.
Crepes making a little bit of a run here. Like it, not one that it's. We've been seeing some support for it lately, and French toast is 25. And Robbie seems to be a French toast fan, so big fan of because yeah, everybody's got their favorites. Like, and what's interesting is that over the years we've been doing this show, people are adamant about it. Like some people said the unfortunate pancakes. I'm like, wow, that is an opinion. You know, I'm not that. You know our friend Human Juke 81, like Danny K, right?
Yes.
Danny K was like almost dismayed at the amount of vitriol in this contest. He had gone out of his way to say, couldn't we just all enjoy all the foods? Do we have to compete them? Like, do we have to compete? And he said he would have a shirt that says coexist, but the thing would be like waffles and pancakes and crepes and eggs and bacon and stuff.
It's like the Hawaiian pizza thing.
No, that should not exist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Amazing stuff. So, but yeah, so with those votes, you're going to end up having waffles up to 25. And then, yeah, the right answer is all the above. Honestly,
Agreed.
I'm with you on that, Lego, for sure. Like, let me see. And then crepes with that vote will be 14, which is good because it's making a nice run. So French toast has not been voted on a whole lot lately. I think I had 1 in the last month, maybe last 2 months. So I think everybody else has been making a bit of a rally here.
I think what turns me away from the French toast is I find it messy to make. Like you gotta dip bread and you gotta dip it in the egg and it's all drippy. Like I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. That yeah.
He's a messy chef.
Messy eater, messy chef, all the things. Joe likes to say that I just throw food at my face.
Kelly definitely just throws food at her face. And whatever sticks, that's what we're having.
Mind if I ask a follow-up question? Okay.
Yes.
Sure.
Scrambled eggs, over easy eggs, fried eggs, poached eggs. Oh my gosh, we have a friend in the chat. Hello.
Yes.
I know that little.
Yeah, buddy.
I know that Tabby Catty. Hello.
Yes,
Aw.
he's decided now's the time he wants to cuddle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, buddy.
I
Marby
would
in
say
the
soft
chat.
poached. Soft poached eggs. That's the way to go.
100 waffles that
I
syrup
don't even
containment
know
built in. Yep.
the question was completed.
Yes, I would say so. We did put in the votes. I think King's having some network issues, so I went ahead and picked up the picked up the spare for our friend King, so we're good. We're good to go. Yeah,
Oh no, I meant the egg one.
when I see
Oh, sorry.
Marby's emote, it made seeing Marby on screen instantly recognizable. And
Oh,
There you go. You're Toronto famous.
you're Toronto famous.
yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful. I love it. I love it. Yeah.
He's just gonna chill here now. This is where we're staying.
Oh, I'm good for that. Marby, hang out as long as you'd like. We are pro cat on this program. Let's see. Oh, I love the support in the chat too. Like all the Marby emotes in the chat.
There you go.
I love it. We love to see it, everybody. Keep them coming. Waffles have syrup 100 waffles of syrup containment built in. This is a good argument,
Yes.
Andy.
Always Andy, yes.
Yeah.
And I have to fill each square with a little bit of butter and a little bit of syrup. Each square needs to be given some love.
Kelly is a little she's a little finicky about that. How she spreads her jam, her peanut butter. It has to be all over the surface of the bread.
Wow.
If there's anything missing, she gets irritated.
So I just noted that Ryan agrees with me on the French toast. Thank you, Ryan.
That it's messy?
Vindication has been had.
Then you're both messy cooks.
Sorry, but you continue.
No, you're good. You're good. Spartacus says sorry for being quiet for a bit. No need to apologize for that, Spartacus. Who was Crepes and who was Waffles? Joe was Crepes. And Kelly was Waffles. And Marby, where does Marby weigh in? What is Marby? Is Marby French toast? Or Marby be pancakes? Maybe.
Marby's breadcrumbs. Anything that'll leave breadcrumbs.
Yep.
He will lick. He loves to lick the remaining breadcrumbs off my plate.
Efficient.
So
I like
I guess French toast would be the answer for Marby because the bread.
Or waffle. Crepes don't leave a lot of crumbs.
No, waffles do. That's true. If you toast them.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of
waffles. This is a waffle boy.
Waffle boy. I can see that. I kind of see that. Efot says it has to be completely covered, otherwise you don't get the flavor in every bite. Ah, quite right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like, so even if you're spreading peanut butter on bread, like it's gotta go all. Like it has to be evenly spread all the way across the bread. It can't be like random pieces that are or parts that aren't. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I discovered that when I was making Kelly a sandwich, and I literally just kind of put a strip in the middle.
Yeah, who does that?
And I could see her disgust as she was just staring at the bread. I was like, I know I'm doing something wrong. I don't know what it is yet, but something that I did was very wrong here.
Spread it right.
Obviously.
Yep.
So yeah, live and learn.
Yeah, for real. Lego says exactly for that reason. My vote is pancakes because it is so much easier to spread. Yeah. They're so squishy to start. Yeah. I like that.
And like it's flat, so you can just like.
Yeah. Yeah. And
So
yeah.
So I was gonna say I learned how to make pancakes from my mom, and I used to make them every year on the 1st of January, because we used to stay at before Kelly and I lived together. I used to spend the night, and we'd have friends over. And ProStar once was there.
So this happened like.
This happened 10 years ago. It must have been, and
more probably.
No, it was about 10 years ago. And ProStar was there, and he looked at the pancakes, and I was like, why are they uneven on both sides? And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, aren't they supposed to be the same color on both sides? I was like, how the fuck would you even make that happen? No, they're not. Obviously.
Lego knows what we're talking about.
Yeah, and to this day, I will not make ProStar any pancakes. He's admitted.
This is something that is a source of
pain.
Upset for
Source
Joe.
of pain.
For Joe for many, many years. His uneven pancakes.
Uneven pancakes.
Yeah. Do you just mean like in terms of like, just to clarify, do you mean like uneven spreading of content on the pancakes or the pancakes themselves?
No, the color of a pancake. So when you make a pancake, you know the bottom is supposed to be kind of a darker color while the top kind of bubbles, and then you turn it over.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Yeah, no, buddy boy over there wanted the same like brownish color on both sides. I was like, how the hell are you gonna make that
How
happen?
do you do that? I don't think you can do that.
Exactly. There you go, ProStar. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. You're right. Absolutely right. It's just not realistic expectations. Like you would have to get like a dual-sided pan to do
Yeah.
What are you, the Foreman grill?
The Foreman Grill. Here I am talking shit about the guy. He's not even here to defend himself.
Well, I appreciate.
Used to-
I'm sorry. Oh, go ahead, Kelly. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. No, because the Foreman grill. I used to really like making grilled cheeses on the Foreman.
I remember that.
Continue.
Ooh. Yeah, King gets his internet back. You got his attention for sure with that comment. But yeah, let's catch up on chat. There's as I would expect, there's a lot of spirited debate here in the chat over this topic. So Lego says for exactly that reason my vote is pancakes because it's so much easier to spread, which I agree with. Like it's probably the least controversial one because you're not faced with the decisions to make as far as filling the squares or not filling the squares. It's less work. And French toast is kind of the same thing. It's like, well, it's messy to make. And it does make a mess even when you eat it. Like it's all over the place.
Yeah, thank
What are you
you.
guys talking about? It's no messier than a pancake.
But the pancake stays in place, so when you put your fork in it,
That's right.
the piece.
Because it's like,
Does your toast run off the plate? Where's it going?
no, it just jiggles.
Jiggle.
Well, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Joe's right. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Did you just say
It
you
is
jiggle?
messier though. That's his best comeback. Always. You insert word that was just
You
said.
jiggle.
There's
That's so
you
funny.
didn't tell me what jiggle. Get on bone.
So, yeah, French toast. Good French toast. Good jiggly French toast.
Oh goodness, it's funny. Okay, so Hoke says, I'm with Kelly on this. If you're spreading on bread, you need 100% coverage. Always Andy says, who would leave parts uncovered? Speaking of the waffle, that's serial killer shit. Fair, absolutely.
Serial killer.
Easy
Oops.
to easy. No, but they're saying if you don't like cover all the spaces, that's like
Yeah. This
Yeah,
guy.
that's me.
oh,
Serial
you?
killer.
Oh
Right
no!
here.
Oh no! Oh dear. Robbie says
Thank you for emphasizing your points.
that wasn't my. I mean, I don't necessarily subscribe to it. I'm just saying like it's. I've never really thought about it. Like I put syrup on it. I don't fill all the squares, so
Oh, you
I can be outed too if you want. But yeah. Robbie says every time this gets the chat going. Oh, absolutely. How did it even get through to chat? Well, that's my doing. I apologize, friends. But what about cereal though? Cereal deserves a voice. Yeah, I'm with cereal. I mean, I haven't had it in a while. Do you eat cereal? Are you both cereal people?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love cereal.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question, and I always thought that was a given. Do you drink the milk after finishing your cereal?
Oh, good question. Wow. Yeah. I think when I was a kid I did, but maybe not so much anymore.
Really?
It depends on the cereal for
Yeah.
me.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't like if it's overly sweet. I just can't drink it.
It's like a milkshake at that point. That's what it
Yeah,
is.
but you know me with too. I cannot handle too much
Yeah.
sweet.
We had a friend who said he's repulsed by the idea of drinking the milk after the cereal, and it threw me off guard. I was like, who the hell does it?
Interesting. Although Andy's
That's like
points,
throwing half the meal away.
I think the thing for me is that, and it really does depend on the cereal. If the milk is oversaturated with sugar, I'm not about it. I would probably just leave it to be. But if it's not so bad, I might tap into it a little more. Always Andy does add, pros don't have milk left, which is true, which is fair. Like if you're good with your ratios, you can get through that last spoonful. You barely have anything left in the bowl. I mean,
You're clearly not a pro at eating.
I
You have way too much milk left.
mean,
I
but
prefer my cereal dry.
listen,
Ooh.
here's the thing. But we also don't. That's also depending on how much milk you put in too, right? Like some people like to put a lot of
Yeah.
milk in, some people put a little milk in, and there's reasons to do both. Like I don't judge here. I think they're all like good routes to the same thing.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, so I guess I never really answered your question, Joe. I think I would do it. Yeah, most of the time. But if it's like Cocoa Puffs, probably not. I don't know.
That's exactly my point. Like, it's just way too sweet
That-
at that point.
that's
Because
a lot.
all the
That's the
sugar
milk.
has been drained from the cereal, and it's all concentrated in the milk.
Yeah. What is your favorite, Joe? Like, what is your favorite post cereal milk? Meaning, like, what's the best kind of post like milk with cereal having been interacted with?
When I was a kid or now?
Give me both. I'll take both.
So when I was a kid, I used to eat terribly. Like I had terrible eating habits. My favorite cereal and was the Reese's Cups cereal, and that was kind of like,
That's great.
but it wasn't like a cereal. Like you buy it as a
It wasn't
treat,
like a cereal,
like a
it was
dessert.
Yeah, it was like a chocolate.
Yeah, you buy it as a dessert, but you eat it like a cereal, and afterwards it was a good dessert. Definitely not a morning food, I'll tell you that. But yeah, that would be it.
Okay.
The Cocoa Puff, sorry, the Reese pieces.
Yes.
It's pretty good. It's like, think of it like, I think, Joe actually described perfectly. Yeah, exactly like that. Yeah, I've had it once.
It's a dessert.
Delicious.
So it's not.
As you mentioned,
You shouldn't have it for breakfast. Definitely not for breakfast.
Yeah. Breakfast as an adult with that would be wild. Yeah.
Can you imagine?
I know.
I even look at it now. I'm like, those were the days. I keep walking.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
definitely.
even buy it.
I would say that definitively cereal is the single thing that you would approach differently as an adult than as a child. Absolutely no one has ever eaten the same cereals as an adult that they did as a child, or certainly unilaterally across the board, I guess I would say. I don't know. Like, I mean, there are certainly
Yeah.
cereals that you still stick to, but not all of them. Like, you'll change some of them over time, I think.
I've only known one adult to eat Fruit Loops, and he was a coworker in my last job.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah, but
Interesting.
he was a funny guy. Like for Valentine's Day, his gift was a heart-shaped pizza, and like,
I thought you were gonna say something else. I'm just
where were you going?
Wait, heart shaped
Just
something
because-
else? That wasn't
Yeah,
pizza?
I'm curious now too. I want to know, Kelly. Please.
It's an 18
do
plus
tell.
channel. So if it's a-
Please continue your.
Valentine's Day is around the corner.
Please continue your story.
Definitely pizza. We're
Wait,
talking about pizza.
shall we
but
field some
he was a
guesses?
funny guy.
yeah, okay. Carry on.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
do this so you can see my feet.
See, I was gonna guess chocolate, but
That's
but anyway.
Yeah. I'm very curious about where Kelly was going with
That's,
this.
that's well, right. Well, we don't have to carry on. We don't have to overdo it. I mean, what am I trying to say? I think it's, but so he's a funny guy. That's good to know. I mean, Fruit Loops,
Yeah.
very colorful cereal. Absolutely. I mean, I think I remember Fruit Loops before they even had the green ones. That shows my age, but but
What?
oh, you've never had them at all?
Sugar Cheerios.
Yeah, I don't think so. Like
Huh.
even as a kid, like sweet stuff was not my thing. I never liked pop.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
Kelly
wasn't
doesn't like
really
Honey
into
Nut
this-
Cheerios. She's only Cheerios.
I do like Honey Nut Cheerios.
No Honey Nut.
I do like Honey Nut Cheerios because it's not overly sweet. But I never
Yeah.
was into like the super sweet cereals or foods. Sorry, I'm just putting this
Yep.
up here so you can see it.
I feel it though, because like I think when you look back on all those cereals, like you loved all the different types of cereals, but it ultimately really is just eating sugar. Like I'm trying to remember.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, like Cocoa Crisp. No, not Cocoa Crisp. Excuse me. Apple Jacks and Fruit
Cocoa
Loops. Do you really know the difference between them? Like a little bit. There's a little bit more apple in the Apple Jacks, but it's a lot of the same thing.
I don't know that I know what Apple Jacks are. Are they circles? Like,
Very similar to Fruit Loops. So
Mm.
let me give you. I'll show them both to you. So give me a sec here. I get them. To you.
Also, Robbie,
I read the comment. Yeah.
my father-in-law won't eat
I love
Footloose.
Footloose as well.
Oh, that's funny. That's a well. Listen, I mean, to each their own, I guess. As far as but okay. So let me get the Fruit Loops. This is very.
Also, Lego. Sorry, when you eat dry cereal, you and Smarticus. I just wanted to.
I'm not sure
Actually, you
if
know
that
what?
is that.
Lizzie eats dry cereal.
Yeah, Lizzie eats dry cereal.
I don't want. Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to call out people necessarily for the milk choices or water choice or other choices. I guess.
Water.
Water?
Or do you just eat it dry? Like, because if you just eat it dry by itself, like, I'm totally down with that because it's like a good snack. Like, it's kind of like nuts, but like,
It's healthy.
yeah, definitely
it's
healthier
healthy.
because like less sugar. Because the milk has
Like
a lot.
I've never made
Harvest
anyone.
Harvest Crunch is good to eat dry.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's true.
Actually,
Ooh, that sounds-
Water. I know. Do you put water in your
I was
cereal?
gonna say, who puts water? I've never known anyone to put water in this.
Okay, that was bad. That was bad. I did it once, but that was it. Just to experiment. I never did it again.
Were you out of milk?
I was out of milk. Yeah, I was out of milk.
Okay.
How
Yeah.
was that? Was it gross?
Strange.
It
It
must
was
have been
very
kinda
strange.
gross.
It's like
Yeah.
there's cereal, but there's nothing with the cereal. It's just like having extra air, liquid air between
like-
your cereal. Like,
The soggy, but without the.
Without the milk flavor?
yeah, it's very unsatisfying. I would not 0 out of 10. Would not recommend. No.
If Kelly ever pisses me off, I'm gonna make her water Cheerios for breakfast.
I would definitely see that it's water.
I know, but the disappointment of receiving that.
Just give me bread that doesn't have properly spread peanut butter.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Calvos is in the chat. What's up, Calvos? Calvos says Panda once put Kahlua in Captain Crunch. Wow.
Wow.
Oh
That
my.
is sweet.
Yo, look who else is in the chat. Our buddy Champ's in the chat. What's up, Champ? We're gonna have Champ on Monday. Champ will be and I will be chatting about the Royal Rumble and a lot of other things. But good to see you, Champ.
Oh, nice.
What do you all think about all these cereals? So let me show you briefly what we got over here. So Kelly was unfamiliar with Apple Jacks. So these are Apple Jacks. And these are Fruit Loops.
We do have them.
Oh.
Apple Jacks, Fruit Loops. It's almost the same thing. Like, just the flavors are different, but texturally.
Aren't Apple Jacks more like cinnamon apple?
There's some cinnamon apple. There's some green apple. It's kind of a little of both. I mean, we could really spice this up and just give you. I could also show you, apple cinnamon Cheerios, which is like a deviation from the Apple Jacks.
I think we have that.
That would have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I have Apple Jacks.
But it's very intense, Apple Jacks. Like, so,
Yeah, Lego, I think.
sparingly, I would do that. I'm good, Champ. It's good to see you too. What's up, Champ? It's good to see you, my friend. And it's nice to see our pal, who has a wrestling podcast where you can get the preview of the Royal Rumble coming up on Friday. So check out True No Spots Pod, follow, and get the skinny on who they think is going to win. It's a really fun show. Are we having breakfast debates? We are now, apparently. Smarticus says, fun fact, every color of Fruit Loops is the same flavor. See, that's what I thought too. I just think they all taste the same, right? Like, is there any difference in the none, right? It's literally the same thing.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Right? Because otherwise it would just be overwhelming. It would just be like kind of like M&Ms. They all taste the same, even though they're different
No, they
colors.
don't. Yeah, they're fine.
What's M&Ms all taste the same, do they not? Like, regardless of the color?
I would hope so, because I mean, I don't think. What would green
I think
taste
that's
like?
Yeah. Anyway, if you're eating Fruit Loops and they all tasted different, like I feel like that would be too much. Like
Yeah.
in a spoonful of,
Yeah.
it would just be like, what am I eating?
Do you think there's any truth to the no? But I do think Skittles are different though. Like they're each.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Skittles
sure
are
of that.
different.
Yeah.
And jelly beans.
Yeah, the beans are different. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. King says for a child's taste buds, I am not sure any of it mattered. Yeah, that's fair too.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, M&M, the
That's
candy
more-
coating doesn't have any specific flavor at all. Like it's primarily based around the chocolate. But obviously, when you talk about the difference between like plain and peanut butter and
Right.
almond,
Yeah.
those have differences. You know.
Yeah. Sorry.
No problem. You're good. So anyway, let's go get it to the chat. Let's do one last round of questions. Use exclamation point question followed by the question itself. We'll roll through the rest of the questions. One last go, and then we'll call it a night. But you all have been very spirited tonight, so thank you.
Thank you for having us, Davy. I haven't
This is a lot of fun.
had a chance to say that yet today, but thank you for having us in your show. It's been fun.
Yeah. Davey
and
talking about different flavors and not me staring at the CP redeem. Uh-oh. Okay, not yet. When somebody brought up orange juice and cereal, I got very terrified because I know exactly what that tastes like, and it's not good. And it's something I that also is part of one of our redeems that I don't want to experience at all. But
I tried that once.
What, orange juice with cereal?
Yes, I was out of milk as well.
Well, Father, why don't you just be like Lego and Smarticus and eat it dry? I feel like that would be better than putting water in
Dry cereal.
yeah.
So you put orange juice
I
in
definitely didn't want the orange juice cereal either after that.
Yeah. It's I don't see the benefits of orange juice cereal personally, but maybe there's certain cereals where it'll work. I can't visualize it.
It's already so much sugar, and then like it's.
Oh, you can't do it with like a
citrusy.
sweet cereal. I think
Look, Marvy's eating my breadcrumbs.
Oh no!
Can I show you?
Oh, it's canon. Look at this. So meta. Marvy got right to it. I love it. Yeah.
Telling you, he loves breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
He's so weird.
Yeah.
Join the stream.
Andy says
Join
no
the
milk,
stream.
go dry the only way. I think so too. I think if you had no milk, the ultimate solution is just to take it from the cereal box and just eat it. It's definitely a better choice. Yeah.
I think you should all try it before you knock it.
But you just said it was horrible.
You don't know that. You might like it.
Joe, I love it with you.
The logic is just.
If we get to $3,000 in our donations to the Red Cross tonight, I'll go on another stream later and I'll do orange juice with cereal. What cereal do you want me to try though? Like if you could pick the cereal.
Oh, I'd be nice. It would just be a Cheerios.
Cheerios. Okay. We could do different ones. We could do cereal.
Can you imagine Reese's cup with orange juice?
Oh my!
You know,
I got it. It does, right? It does, and that's kind of why I want to try it. Like, you know what? We don't. We'll just do it anyway. We don't have to worry about the. We don't have to worry about the donations. I'll try it. I'll let you know when this happens.
Oh my!
Oh my God! You're a trooper.
You are a trooper.
I've done weird things like this before though, so I'm ready. I think I can handle it. Dry cereal killers. That's her band name. Lego and AA. Yeah. Yeah, but Lego's right. Dry is so much better of an option than OJ or water. It's not even close, honestly. Like, you ruined the cereal with the other two. Like, honestly.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, welcome
Well,
to the
it
jungle.
was worth a shot at the time. Again, out of milk.
I think if I could pick like one, I think it would be Chex. Like, it'd be like wheat Chex or like corn Chex. I think that could possibly work with orange juice.
Because it like absorbs.
Well, it's very weedy, right? So it's kind of like
It's not very sweet.
Not very sweet. So it could.
Like, we're not talking about the sugar coated one, right?
No.
About
just a really basic,
Yeah.
Yeah. But you kind of want to really like you want one that'll withhold a lot of that won't get soggy quickly. So you can't do rice. So rice doesn't work. But you could do corn, and you could do wheat. I think those would work really well. So yeah. But Sunny D in it, do they make that still? They do. It's disgusting. I would never drink it again.
It was never good. Yeah, it was
really was not ever good. You're right.
I'll take the purple stuff.
I mean, they do, but I mean, it doesn't mean I have to buy it. Oh gosh, yeah, but yeah, Andy's right. Like it's disgusting. I mean, everybody's right. It's disgusting. No one did. Have you? I've never. I think I kind of liked it as a popsicle. When my grandma used to make popsicles out of Sunny D.
And that kind of makes sense.
That kind of works, right?
Kind of just has like
that was
sugar,
actually
artificial.
Yeah. I think that
I'm trying
was
to remember if I ever had Sunny D.
creamsicle vibes. No, you're right, exactly. I think it works as a popsicle, but as an actual drink, no.
It's just very artificial, and then that, like,
Yeah.
Is it just
it wasn't orange, really
Right.
flavor, and it wasn't like it was like a non-identifiable flavor.
Yeah.
Is it just like orange sugar?
You could maybe relate it to being orange. It's just
Is it
weird.
because it's orange?
It's orange, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sunny D's orange, right? Like a light
Yeah.
yellowish orange.
It's very like lighter yellow, more yellow or yellowy orange. It's we can do a photo of this. Just if anyone wants to refresh
it's
their
just-
memories.
Yeah.
It's not good. Just you might even if people were curious about it, just know it's not good. Like these photos aren't really great because they don't really express the yellow component.
Neon orange.
Yeah, neon orange, so natural. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. These photos don't really do it justice. Like you have to kind of see it in person. Like it just looks like regular orange juice in the photos, so like I can't really use those.
Which is what they want you to believe.
Photoshop again with the thing.
Sunny D is selling you a lie. You think it tastes like orange juice?
It's all a lie.
It's all a lie.
The cake is a lie.
The cake is a lie too.
Wait, is it the cake?
It is
It's
cake. Yeah,
right? Not the
cake is a
chocolate?
lie. Yeah.
Okay, it's cake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, Lego's question. I have had this question before in my life. I'm not sure if it was on this show. It might have been my old podcast, like before I started doing Twitch, but I have had this question before for sure. There's two versions of this question. The first version of the question is, if you could pick one restaurant for the rest of your life, what would it be? Although I did understand that you don't have to do just that restaurant. Like you go to the grocery store and make your own food on top of that. So that's good to know. But this version of the question is much tougher. So Joe, Kelly, if you had to eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Mm.
Go for it.
Oh no.
Figs for me.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Really?
Fresh figs.
Joe
Ooh.
loves figs.
Ooh.
Back home, we used to have a couple of fig trees. Well, a few actually. And yeah, we would just pick them off the tree, have them there. Amazing. Favorite fruit. Fresh figs, the way to go.
And am I eating this every meal?
That's
every
it.
day?
Every
This is
meal,
all I'm
every
eating?
snack, every rain or
Chips,
shine,
Kelly, 100%
day or
chips.
night.
Original Lay's chips, as Kelly said.
No. Definitely not Lay's. I'm going to choose a better chip than Lay's if I'm going to eat it for the rest of my life.
Mr. Keith.
I think the best thing you could do,
man.
although Joe still went with figs, but figs are nutritious, so I think that probably works out for Joe. But consider that. Wait, what am I trying to say? Entrees feels like the kind of food you're leaning towards. So, I mean, salads. Oh, go ahead.
I want to say something like chips or French fries, but I'm just thinking of like the salt factor and it just becoming like,
Too much.
yeah, like just like my tongue becoming
No.
shriveled.
Not too.
Yeah,
It's all just salt.
yeah. This is great. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Well,
I still think Kelly's answer would be chips.
I mean that like based on my habits and what I like the most, it would either be chips or donuts.
I think you're gonna have a better shot with chips if you're talking about living a long life.
This is what I was saying. Like, is it all I'm eating? It's like if I eat donuts all day, every day for a week, I would die.
Fair, yeah, you're not
It
wrong.
would be the end.
Yeah, that'd probably be it. It
Oh,
would be a
people
great.
with
It'd be.
potatoes.
Yeah.
Oh.
But see, with chips, you can. You don't have to limit yourself to specific chips. You can do any chips. You can do tortilla chips, and you know what you can have with chips? You can have dips. So that's where you can get creative.
It's true.
The dips can be potato salad. The dips can be tuna salad.
Wait,
chicken
wait, hold on a second. If that's the case, then I'm gonna do pita bread, and I'm gonna have anything that fits in that pita bread for the rest of my life.
Lego
Boom!
makes a very good point.
I like it.
Lego says if you go with potatoes, you can have chips and fries.
Mm-hmm.
Lego is very smart.
I thought the idea is the end product. You can have the end product, one end product.
Well, yours is the end product anyway.
Yeah, but you're talking about the root product. Like, I'm gonna pick flour. So I can make bread, I can make cake, I can make whatever I want.
That's not the same though.
But you can't eat flour
No.
out of a can you?
Yeah. You can't just eat flour.
Are you chewing on potatoes out of the ground?
Eat a potato.
Out of the ground.
It's not like it would like.
Okay, so let's
Kill
add a
you.
qualifier. I think this is Joe's
All right.
grievance is quite fair here. You can't just pick a baseline ingredient. You can't just go leaves.
Yeah.
Like you can't.
Leaves. Leaves that will then make trees that will then make all different.
That would be everything.
End product. One end product.
Okay. I think that's a completely fair qualifier.
And
Okay.
I feel like potato is close enough to an end.
I
product.
love
It's
Champ's
not.
response. Champ says birria tacos would be my choice. That sounds amazing. That or Checkers fries, which I hear are really good. Like
Checkers fries.
that's a states thing. Checkers fries are.
I don't know what
definitely
birria tacos are.
Yeah, I don't know either.
good. Slowly stewed beef. It's
Oh.
unbelievable. Like I will show you birria tacos.
Checker fries is checker fries. It's waffle fries.
Yeah, checker fries are good, solid. They're dope. Good call by Champ both ways. So birria tacos. It's a little bit like shredded beef, but it's a little bit more to it than that. It's really succulent. I'll show you. This would be a good photo. See this? There we go. Phenomenal. Okay, y'all. You have this, and then you have all this au jus, or they call it consommé. Birria tacos.
Oh.
Yeah,
Is that cilantro in it?
it is. Yep. Delightful.
That's Kelly's baseline ingredient.
Yes.
Cilantro.
If there was something that I would eat, it would be cilantro.
Cilantro plus.
Yeah. Checkers fries are the seasoned fries from Checkers fast food restaurant. Yeah. Checkers fries. I gotta go. Let me go over and show that too, because I think, particularly if you're not near a Checkers.
Wait, did I say cilantro wrong?
No, you said it
Okay,
right. Cilantro is
is it?
correct.
You said
With a
cilantro.
soft C. You were correct. I think
Right.
in California, Checkers are called rallies. So for people on the West Coast, are kind of wondering what that's about. Oh, these look good. I think I have this right. Robbie and Champ, let me know if this is right. I'm gonna go toss this up here. Okay, these are Checkers fries. So think of them they're basically like seasoned fries. Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah.
That is not what I had in mind.
Joe thought it was
Yeah.
I thought it was the waffle fries.
Have Kelly say cilantro again. I thought you said cilantro. Fine, but I don't remember. But
Cilantro? Cilantro? Cilantro.
Well, not,
cilantro, I thought was fine. Like,
Cilantro. Is it
is
cilantro?
it cilantro? We say cilantro.
oh, I
Is
see.
it cilantro?
Cilantro. I mean, I'm not gonna be picky about it. I mean, it's close enough. Everyone is hungry now.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Everyone is hungry now. Yep. Stream success. My base food would be weeds to Sandy. Yeah, it's a plant. I mean, it is kind of a food. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, great picks, everybody. So, but wait, did we get an actual answer from Kelly? You said you were gonna say chips, and then you moved to cilantro.
And then French fries.
Fries, right?
I think probably French fries.
Okay.
If I can't say potatoes.
You cannot say.
If
Okay,
now this
French
is up to
fries.
chat. Chat, are you gonna make the allowance for Kelly to put things on top of the fries? So meat or cheese or
Sick. So then I can just have like a really loaded poutine and
What?
fine.
Robbie says yes.
Yes.
Matt
If it's
says
poutine,
yes.
poutine.
Armat says yes. Lego says yes. Okay.
Oh, it's like a pulled pork loaded poutine with vegetables and everything.
It's
And
a-
here I am staring at Kelly
And
eating
all
her
we're gonna
poutines
eat is
as I'm
steak
chewing on my figs.
Coke is good
and
for
maybe
it.
some
I like it.
jam.
You could
Yeah, well, I'll
put figs
take
on
my
top of
figs.
fries too, Joe, just in case you wanted to change your vote at all.
True. I'll take your figs and put them on my fries.
Can I put your fries on my figs?
No.
This is great.
Um,
Okay, so Robbie said a while ago in the chat that I'm going to quit the show. Basically, something to the extent of I'm going to quit the show if Davey doesn't say sandwiches. Good news for you, Robbie. I am going to go with sandwiches indeed, because it is one of the most versatile foods there is.
yes.
It's a smart answer, and you truly can do whatever you want with that. Like, and because we've discussed the different ways you can make sandwiches, we've accepted hot dogs into the canon. This was not discussed, but I will allow it. We will accept pitas into the canon. We accept shawarma into the canon. We accept, like buns into the canon. So the what did I just have? The knish is definitely part of that. By the way, that was really good. Like the meat was like
It looked really good.
it was
Yeah.
amazing.
That gravy.
That gravy hit. It was so good, so good. I'll try to get a clip of that after stream tonight. But burritos.
Taco.
Burrito would I can't say burrito because it's wrapped all the way around, so I can't really go with it. But taco, I'm kind of working with it.
So does the
I
pita.
will
The
allow it.
shawarma's wrapped.
Oh, is it really? Like, there's no like opening?
Like,
I thought there was opening though. No.
On the ends,
Yeah, in the ends. That
yeah,
counts.
that's the
That's fine.
but you can tuck it in if you really want to.
Oh, okay.
took
Fine.
it.
I did say this is an 18+ stream. I guess be.
I'm talking about the breads.
Me too. But the hand motion. I'm about to need to be tucked in. That's fair, Robbie.
Me too.
So yeah, sandwiches. I don't know if I could necessarily put tacos into that, but if other people will accept it, I'm not gonna complain because I love tacos so much. So, and by the way, tacos could be a good answer too, but I'm gonna stay with sandwiches just because I feel like you could do more with it. You can make it bigger, you can make it smaller. Tacos do have a little bit of a limitation in terms of scope. Like, you can only make one. I mean, it could be like this.
Like, you mean you could put like multi-layer sandwich, like
right.
100-layer sandwich, just like
Mm-hmm.
Armat's 100-layer lasagna.
Absolutely, and you can use you can use different buns too. Like you can have you can have a hamburger bun, you can have a hoagie roll, you could have a pita bread as we talked about. A regular, you can, and
All
even,
right, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
If you're playing by my rules,
True rules.
where you have to pick one sandwich, the end product, what would it
Wow,
be? Just the one.
just the one.
Just the one.
Whew.
For the rest of your life.
See, here's the thing about that is, right? You need to pick something that's relatively nutritious if you're going to do that, right? So I think I need to do a club sandwich, and where I can make some, where I hope I can make some where I can make some, take some liberties is like with the condiments. So maybe some days I'll have more mayo than others. Maybe I'll have mustard. Maybe I'll have, like I can have like barbecue. Will you allow that, Joe? Like, can I do different condiments?
You can do what you want. I wasn't thinking. Let's not think healthier. You will not have any adverse effects.
Oh,
from
then my
eating
answer is donut.
Oh no!
You're having French fries.
I could put stuff on the
Oh, let me change my answer. I'm gonna go unhealthy here. Instead of French fries, I will go with donut.
I could choose.
Kelly wants to live 100 years off of French fries.
I could do baked French fries without salt. Put shredded lettuce on it. You know, healthy.
Okay. Good on you, Kelly. Good on you.
Wait,
Sorry.
did somewhere in that
Oh, bad.
conversation we talked about lettuce on a donut? Or, I got lost there for a minute.
Lettuce on a donut.
Lettuce on my French fries. So Joe made fun of me because I said, "Well, if we're not talking about being able to survive, I'm going with donuts."
Yeah, they are
And then
properly.
he said, so then I was saying that I could bake my French fries, which would make them healthier.
No,
I
that's
wouldn't put salt on it, and then
Mhm.
I'd put shredded lettuce on it.
Yeah, sure.
King says Joe is playing with scorched earth rules.
He always plays with scorched earth rules. He's a troll.
No, I'm actually wondering. So think zero repercussions. You can eat whatever you want, just based off flavor, your favorite thing. Like no one's going to be surviving long off of French fries or figs here. Let's be honest here. So,
right. No, you're right. Does it still be? Is it, you said sandwich? Like it had to be a sandwich, right? So
well, it can be whatever you want. But you said sandwiches. So what would be your favorite sandwich?
yeah, I think we're just gonna stay with the club because even when you consider that there are no health repercussions, I will get tired of certain sandwiches after a while. Like my favorite sandwich is the Reuben. Specifically, it's the Rachel, but the Rachel would be a pastrami Reuben. But I can't eat that every day. I would completely, I would get nauseous if I ate that every day. It's great to have like once every 3 months, but I couldn't eat it every day. It's just so greasy, you know. Like I think that would wear on me. Even though you said the health thing, but it would wear on me just from like me getting tired of it. I would be
The
really.
flavor.
That's how I
aspect.
felt about that's how I felt with the French fries. Like it's deep fried and like like you just be like blah after a
Yeah.
while, even if it wasn't a physical health issue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Robbie says raw ribbon is one of my favorites too, but I agree you can do it too much. Yeah, totally. There's really very few foods where I can eat it every day and not get that tired. Salad is technically one, but salad is salad. It's not like you go out of your way to eat salad anyway, but
It's like a mandatory thing.
yeah, exactly. I don't think it's the first choice for a lot of people.
Yeah.
um and then tacos I absolutely could do that every day. All day, every day, every meal, forever if I wanted to. So definitely tacos. But sandwich made more sense to me because you could have them cold or hot too. So like you can grill it, you know, or you can just have it just by the bread by itself untoasted. So sometimes there's a little variety in that. I think that would be good for me. Because I tend to have that. I'm always interested in variety. I really don't like doing exactly the same thing every day. Um, but if I had to pick one, then the sandwich at least gives me a little leeway. So that's kind of why I went that way. So
That's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there were some people in chat who
Well,
said
family.
like pasta would be their choice because you could do so many different varieties of pasta kind of thing.
that's a good answer, right? Like, and especially when you know that you don't have the repercussions from the massive amount of carbs that are involved with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's great. You can definitely go far with it. Champ says there was a spot here in DC where they had a chicken sandwich, but the buns were donuts. Not the most coated food I've ever consumed.
They did that at the
It's a Corona.
CNE. So we have every year Toronto has the Canadian
Canadian
National Exhibition. And they have these like food things that they do. And that was one that they did. They called it the Cronut Burger, and it was a donut burger. Very similar sort of idea.
I had a similar thing too. I had the triple cheeseburger Krispy Kreme donut burger. Where
Woof.
it was a lot.
That sounds like a lot.
That will not be repeated. But you know what? The chicken sandwich with the Krispy Kreme donut, or where the donuts are the bun, that really could work. Like it works so much better with chicken than
It's
with
like chicken waffle.
Yeah, because it's chicken waffle
Chicken
idea.
waffle,
absolutely. It would really
Yeah,
work.
true.
I think Champ's onto something. This is really. I would. First of all, I need to try it. I need to find someone that does this in California. Something that maybe Champ and I can get into on Monday because I really want to. I want to pursue this a little further, but yeah, that's a great call. I love it. But it
But I
totally.
feel that's a meal you'd have one day and then you can't eat for 48 hours. Like it's your caloric intake for 2 days.
Do you think there's any meal that could last 2 days?
No.
Like I don't
I'm just saying from a calorie standpoint.
No.
Like
Wait.
to have 2 Krispy Kremes and
Okay, so Joe,
I have no clue.
when you say
I'm just
meal,
kinda-
how do you define a meal? Does it have to be a one self-contained meal, or can you go to like Fogo de Chao and just go for it and then try to last on that for 2 days?
Oh, like a buffet? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
I meant I meant a very finite contained meal, not
Oh,
a
okay,
Not
okay,
a,
not
okay.
an
not a
open buffet.
marathon.
Yeah.
Then, but is there a specific amount instruction as to how quickly you have to consume this self-contained meal? Like, does it have to be eaten within an hour, or can you like
Yeah, I would
save
think
some of
I
it
would
for
think so.
later?
Yeah.
Then I
No,
think
no.
a whole
Consume
pizza,
within, yeah.
a whole pizza, easy.
Oh, that's fair.
We
Would
could
last
totally do
you the
that. They
whole
could
day.
totally make it
2
2 days.
days
Totally could make 2 days with that. Yeah.
on a whole pizza.
Yeah.
If you ate a whole pizza just
So
sitting
just
down, I think your stomach will hurt the next day. So yeah, you wouldn't want to eat.
You're talking Americans here,
That's
Joe. Buffets are part of the equation. That's why we had to clarify, because like if we eliminate that, that's an easier question to ask, right? Because if you put in buffets, and I guess
oh, you
well,
just camped
you're
there.
gonna
that's
sit
like
there and eat
the
all
answer
day.
is everything, because that's what a buffet is, right? Um, but even if I had to eat the pizza within like 3 hours, I still think I could get by with like that pizza. That would make it. I would make it 2
I think
days.
so.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
How about you? How would you
It's
tackle
gonna
that?
be really
I,
friggin' hungry.
I, we just had
The
food.
next day.
No, I think pizza is the way to go.
But okay, so you've eaten a whole pizza in
1 hour.
an hour, 2 hours.
Sure.
So like when you go to sleep, you're telling me you're not going to be hungry when you wake up in the morning?
No. Kelly has a crazy metabolism, so it's
Like, that's insane. First of all, I don't think I could eat an entire pizza in a couple of hours. Yeah, Smarticus, see? Like you'd be so hungry. Wouldn't matter. You'd be hungry the
oh,
next
I don't
day.
think so. No. That's fair though. Funny story. When my cousins back in the day, and I'm talking like 10 years ago or longer, they were here. We took them to a buffet restaurant, and my younger cousin was 12 at the time. And we're all sitting on the table eating, and we're wondering where she went. We're like, we have no clue. She's disappeared for a good half hour, and she's not coming back. So we go out and we find her roaming. We're like, did you not find something you like? Like, what's the story? She's like, I didn't want to waste any time walking back to the table, so I pick it up, I put it on my plate, I eat it, and I walk to the next dish, and I pick it up, I put it on my plate, and she's just eating as she's walking.
At the buffet? Oh my god, that's hilarious.
It's more efficient.
It is. I mean, it is indeed. It is indeed. I like it. It's wild. It's wild the things you can do with food, isn't it? Like that's a lot. It's a lot of excitement too. But definitely a lot.
It's yeah.
Yeah. Robbie says pizza does last with you longer than most foods. I feel. I eat Chinese food. I'll be hungry in 2 hours. I mean, right? Like that. Yeah. Yeah. Taco Bell too is weird. It's like you eat Taco Bell, you're like, oh man, I'm full, and then like an hour later, like, damn, I should get something to eat. Like it's totally happens.
Because it's run through you. It's just
no,
not food.
no, you're right. You're right. You're right. It kind of nails it. Kind of nails it. Kind of nails it. In more ways than one, too. Like absolutely. But
like straight through.
Smarticus says that's not their first buffet rodeo. I guess I can imagine that person was experienced.
No, she's a pro.
Yeah.
Pro buffet
Yeah.
goer.
If you ever end up in Las Vegas, friends, please let me know because I can give you all the recommendations for good buffets there. There are many, and so let me know whenever.
I know I've never been to Vegas.
Neither have I. We should.
Be fun.
Yeah.
Lots to do. Shows, restaurants, like concerts. Like a lot of great bands and concerts all over
Oh yeah,
town.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
huge shows there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's it for questions. I don't see any more in the queue, so we're gonna close the queue. Friends, thank you so much for doing this tonight. And
Thank you.
this has been so fun. I know I went off the rails towards the end, but that's kind of par for the course with us over here.
It's fine.
Um,
Chaos is good.
oh yeah. Now I know you're back to streaming regularly. It's lovely to see. For the people who are meeting you for the first time tonight, what is your normal streaming schedule on Twitch, or more or less normal?
Nowadays it's Tuesday nights from 9:30 Eastern Standard to 12:30ish a.m. And then on Saturday nights, same time. It's really the only times that we can
Mhm.
with the little one. So that's our stream schedule for now. I'm sure it'll change again as
She grows
her routine starts to change. But for the next little while, it should be big on the ish. Yes, Lego knows.
Oh
Ish
man,
is a big deal.
big on the ish. Yeah. I do want to thank all the people from Kelly's community who came through too, including our good pals like Robbie and Smarticus and King. I mean, they've always been part of your channel too, so like it's really great to see them here tonight as well. Armut as well. I didn't want to leave out Armut. Somebody says happy birthday. Oh, your birthday's coming up, right? Do I hear
Me?
that? Or
Friday.
somebody's birthday's coming up.
King's birthday is coming up on Thursday.
Oh, King's birthday. That's right. Our good pal King's birthday. Happy birthday. Well, it's a few days off, but but definitely happy early birthday, King. We love you.
On Thursday. Yeah. The 30th. Right? Yes.
I will take your word for it. No, but for real, like,
Happy birthday.
yay! Happy birthday, King.
Yes, and happy Lunar New
Yes.
Year. Yeah.
Phenomenal, Peach. And big shout out to Peach too. Good to see you tonight as well. I think I was gonna ask about Jollibee at some point. I just forgot, but I've never actually tried it. So like my people,
It's good.
It's good.
It's
okay.
good.
Yeah, I know Peach has spoken about it too, but
You'll get a Nube pie.
You have to get the pie. Yeah.
get the pie. Okay.
The pie is good. And if you're into like the Filipino style spaghetti,
the
you can
sweet
get that. The sweet spaghetti.
Yeah. All right.
ketchup.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds delightful. Sounds delightful. Okay. So well, thank you, Robbie. I'm glad to see you here too. Robbie says, I'm so excited when I saw Kelly and Joe was going to be on. You were
Things
also
wrong with
great.
me.
And we won the hockey game tonight, so tonight was a good night.
Wow.
Who are we?
that
Like,
makes the day.
did the Kings win the hockey game? I didn't see the Kings playing tonight.
He's a Caps fan, I think.
I know. Actually,
Oh,
I was
trolling him.
I dig that. We have Canada's first drive-through Jollibee. Dig that too. That's
You
convenient.
do?
Isn't it a drive-through, the one in Durham? I don't know.
I don't recall.
Anyway.
Alrighty. So again, if you guys want to catch him on stream, can you do the exclamation point guest command so you can catch our friends on stream, and then just a reminder of our other things. So if you are a fan of Twitch music, as we are, I would like to remind you that there is a really cool concert coming up tomorrow, and if you want to see it, you can get tickets to it at the link. Oh, not this one. Me and my buttons. Me and my buttons. Okay. Fire Relief concert organized by our good friend Missy Alcazar and the Melba Foundation. Check it out. Tomorrow night. It'll be a late stream. It'll start about the same time that this one did. So exclamation point concert to find out more. And next week, we have the Super Mega Trivia Challenge with so many people. We're going to be testing out all the questions and everything over the weekend. But look at all the people that are going to be on the show. It's going to be amazing. So tune in for that. It'll be just as chaotic as all the karaoke shows are, but with questions. It'll be really fun. So February 6th for that show here on the Sandwich Show. Stay with us right here. Just follow us right here if you're not following us already. And then last thing, our good pals. Who was? Oh, and last thing, we have next week's guests. We have really fun people in front of the Mega Trivia. We'll be catching up with DC People's Champs, who was in the chat earlier tonight. We'll chat with him and get a recap of the Royal Rumble. And Stormin Key, who a fellow Canadian, will be joining us on on Tuesday next week. So a lot of good people coming up. You've been a blast. Stay cozy, stay warm in Canada.
Thank you.
If you have any ideas, if you have any recommendations for raids, that's awesome. I can give like leans. I think to any of you, including the chat. Do you want to rock hard? Do you want to peel back? Or do you want to like talk about food or something? Let us know. Yeah. I don't know. I honestly have no idea tonight. Like I'm kind of it's kind of open-ended for me.
For the raid, you mean?
Yeah, for the raid. I've got a lot of choices, obviously, but let me see. We go Toronto people too. There's like choices for that too, but
I'm easy with whatever you want.
Yeah.
Thank you again for having us here. Thanks everyone for being here with us. And
Yeah.
hanging out. This was a lot of fun.
Thank
And I
you.
hope everything is good with you or okay with you. I know you had to evacuate for a bit there, and
Yeah. Thank you,
but
Kelly.
like everything's
I think well, it rained over last weekend too, so I think we're doing much better from that regard.
yeah,
Safety wise, I think we're doing a lot better. So thank you for mentioning
that's
that.
good.
And that's also why I wanted to promote the fundraiser concert, because like that's gonna
Yes.
raise more money for the fire relief efforts here in Southern California. So definitely check that out if you have the means to do so. Everybody, the link's right there in the chat. And I guess have been Kelly and Joe. And Lego says thank you for this fun stream. Thank you for your fun chat. It's been great to see you tonight. Okay, I think I know where we're gonna go. So we're gonna go hang out with a good friend of ours. We see our pal in chat a lot. So I feel like it's good to return the favor tonight. And Kelly, I think you know this person well also. So by the way, mod love to King as well. Big time mod love to you tonight, King. Thank you. Let's hang out with our friend, and also someone who stands up for what they believe in. Our pal, Dark Native. Let's go say hello
Oh, nice.
to our
Yeah,
pal.
let's go.
I mean, what an awesome socially conscious individual.
Yes.
And a good friend. So let's go copy those raid calls. We're gonna say hello to Dark. Go follow Dark when you get there. It's music video night, everybody. That should be fun. Check out.
He's the way he described his stream as much music. Oh, do you know much music? Anyway,
I do know
MTV.
much music would
Yes.
just be like MTV for Canada, right? Same idea.
That's right.
Yeah,
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 It's
yeah.
like the music videos and like the chats. Anyway, it's very very accurate.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think Dark's taste in music is actually pretty solid because like I know a lot of variety. Like covers like all sorts of bases.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we're gonna go raid Dark. Say hello to our good friend, y'all. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Like this has been a vibe and a half. I really appreciate you. If you missed any part of this program, you can catch our VOD here on Twitch or go over to YouTube where we'll have the VOD tomorrow. Thanks so much. We'll see you around. Catch
Bye everyone.
Bye everybody. Have a great rest of your night. I'll be back on Thursday, probably playing games. And then Monday and Tuesday we have our next couple shows. So good night, everybody. Thank you so much. We're gonna start the raid. Copy those raid calls, and make sure to follow Kelly too. Like, can't wait to see your next stream whenever it may be. And we'll see you. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks so much for hanging out. All right, let's go hang out with Dark. Everybody, follow when you get there. We'll see you there. Take care, friends. I'm looking at these Checkers potatoes, like French fries, right now as we're raiding out. Like it's just staring at me. This looks so good.
Get some.
Oh my goodness.
Go get some.
Yeah, well, let me go get some after stream. Bye, everyone. We'll see you at Dark Native. Take care, everybody.